whatsoever.
Good.
Like a Grey's Anatomy character.
Don't make me, like throw something at you guys.
Well,
Okay.
As long as it's money.
I mean, yeah. You throw
No,
it
I
in.
just throw like old pop cans.
That's money.
Well, if you want to consider its monetary value and the minuscule and microscopic, you'd be my guest. All right, chat room is up.
Good choice.
Going over to my channel. Going here in a second.
I'm
Nah.
looking for donations for my next
Pause.
tattoo. I need $600.
What do you need $600 for?
My next tattoo. Tattoos are expensive, dude.
Yeah, but why do you need such an expensive one?
Because I want the tattoo. It's a butterfly. It's colored. That's why it's expensive.
Oh.
It has multiple colors.
Alright, so Roxy is not here for whatever reason. Carl is not here for whatever reason.
Hey, they said 6, so it's not our fault.
Oh, Carl is here.
Carl?
Yo!
Are you in Discord? Oh no, here he is. Okay, he's over here.
Hi!
Don't forget to turn on your camera.
No, he's naked.
We want to see your face.
No, you're not gonna see my face.
The camera's panned a little lower than that.
You're
Can you see me?
Can't hear you very well.
I'm looking at the cameras and they're kind of pointed away from me. I mean, I get it. You don't want to break them, but
No, every camera always turns to me because they just want to look at me.
There's only a little bit of you on camera. It's fine.
When the baby comes in, we gotta turn one of the cameras to the baby cam.
Okay. Baby cam, very important. Okay, so last week when we left off, you
No.
guys, yeah, we can hear you. Is that better?
Okay.
You okay, man?
Can you hear us okay?
You sound exhausted.
You were saying that you could barely hear me.
Yeah. It's more like a signal quality versus a signal volume.
No.
Yeah. I don't know where Hannah is. Ashley cannot play with us this weekend. No, I'm good. No flying food today. I have lasagna in the oven. I'm waiting for that.
Can we throw the lasagna?
It's John's house. Just do it when I'm not here. I can't believe it. I'm bringing in and making Italian food for the Italian. I'm wondering if this is a dangerous thing or if this is more I'm showing off. I can't tell.
How long
I'm
you cook your
French.
sauce?
Say what?
How long did you cook your sauce?
It's store made.
Then you're not showing
Is it
off.
fresh tomatoes?
No. Okay, Chef Ramsay.
No, this feels more like mom.
Let's see here. We do have
Mama
you on
makes the
camera
good
there.
pasta.
If there's
French, I
another
can't get the
camera.
Italian accent.
I'm gonna give you an offer. You can't refuse.
You know, funny enough, I actually got my dad to buy me that trilogy the other day. He's going to mail it to me because I needed a reference for how the Yakuza operate. I needed a reference on how the Mafia operates, and so when I heard that he found a trilogy copy of The Godfather for $9.99, I'm like, please buy it and mail it to me.
I will say the Yakuza and the Mafia operate very differently.
They did deal in different things.
No, okay, so while the family thing was it's kind of a shared idea, the Mafia was more lazy, to be honest.
Still, I'm still using it as a reference. I'm not just 100% robbing the reality of the world for the Yakuza. I'm
Okay.
using their name and some of their looks.
I just
but
wondered, in case you were wanting to actually model them after Yakuza, you were going to have to find another source.
no. Video capture device.
If I kill one of them, can I have a Tommy gun?
No. I'm trying to find. Dang it. Properties. There is a camera that's not working. Oh, there we go. Done.
I think it's time to get that copy.
I got it.
I'm going to become the Silver Shroud.
So everyone will be able to see you guys. We're just gonna drop you down underneath that, and then shrink you. Oh, fudge, there's a bigger one. I'm just gonna delete that. Okay,
Loud as fuck.
sorry. Okay. There we go. Alright. So, last week, Monroe. I've been thinking about old stories way too much. Oliver was working on chemistry, making some medicines, and he stayed back at the tavern. Roxy and Buddy were off playing around throughout the town, raiding pantries. You...
Quick question.
Yes?
Speaking of Hannah, I was talking to her earlier today. Since she's not here, I'll ask for her. She was hoping to do some training with Buddy during that time.
She didn't get a hold of me, so I'm gonna say no.
You were asleep.
Well,
We are awake. You are asleep.
I was in contact with her over the last couple days, so I'm gonna leave that to more in-game situations to encourage my players to stay present. But we have Roxy and Buddy. We're just off gallivanting around the city, having fun, and then Panzer and Vadoma and Sam decided to go hunt down some lore and information at the library, where Vadoma sat in the fountain outside, or at the fountain outside, just listening to the city as it went by, and decided to pass her days, separate from the party. And then you guys went into the library and did a whole bunch of digging, harassed a female,
Lore dump!
and had a massive lore dump. So I believe we're picking up when you guys leave the library.
Yeah, even I'm like, I'm tired now.
My head hurts.
Ugh.
So, what would you like to do?
What time is it?
It is half past kissing time. Time to kiss again. No, I'm kidding. It's what my grandma used to say. Oh no, it's right. Okay, my grandma Marshall.
The girl scares him, and I like that.
Okay, no, my grandma, may she rest in peace. That was what she said every time you asked her what time it was, and so one of the ways I remember her. Anyway.
So what time is it? 2 o'clock.
I believe it's about 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. I believe... Was it the next day or 3 days later that I could get my bracers?
I believe it was 3 days.
Okay, yeah, so I'm done for the day.
Just because we're picking up from another week, I believe you guys had a meeting this evening.
I
So,
think I remember that.
at Mirtha House.
Yeah, we have dinner tonight, but I have nothing else I want to do today. Special.
There's something I want to do after dinner. But during the... Till then, what time is dinner? 6?
I don't believe you were given a time.
We have to meet with the Ghostbusters at dinner, so probably around 5 is the best time to show up. So
I
start
don't
heading
know
that way.
why. I'm not a fan of the Ghostbusters.
I know, but I love it because it's very much Sam's attitude to just be very irreverent. So
I will say for the flexibility of keeping the party together and keeping people involved, it's about this time that Oliver shows up looking for you guys. Because he was busy until 3, so he would have had an hour to hunt you guys down.
What's up?
it's time to go to dinner.
It's 3. I mean, I'm always hungry. Yeah, sure.
It's time to go collect everybody so we can go to dinner. So we gotta find Roxy. Ugh.
30-20?
21.
I'm honestly gonna wait until Roxy shows up.
Can we have her with the party?
No.
Why?
I guess she'll show up when she shows up.
I got a 30-20.
And I got a 21.
You have... Okay, I'm gonna drag you around, okay? Give me a
Okay,
second.
just say no. Don't be a smart ass.
I did
about
say
it.
no, and then you guys argued.
Yeah, well, don't be a smart ass about it, please.
So,
Do I see any sign of her?
no.
Okay.
Give
You
me
have
something.
this
Yeah,
entire
he wants,
city.
He wants to be a smartass about it, so we gotta let it.
You have this entire city. It's like asking, hey, we decided to split up and walk around Minneapolis and St. Paul. Where's the rest of our party? And you don't have cell phones.
She wanted to stay close to the library too.
Yeah. She's nearby, dude.
Okay, well. That's what happens when she doesn't show up.
Dude, quit punishing people for having lives. It's not cool.
So, anyhow.
I'm not joking.
Anyway. Still on you guys. What you want to
Okay. I can't really see them that far away. What are the stores that are next to the library?
do?
Or,
Stores?
sorry, buildings.
Buildings?
Yes.
We do not have any labeled stores next to the buildings yet. I believe Murthanel's is a few blocks away, but I can't remember exactly where because I did label it. At least I thought I did. Oh yes, Murthanel lives down the street.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the building, and I'm gonna walk up to it and see what kind of building it is.
Murthanel's house?
No. We're right at the library.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to the next building.
Okay. You have basically massive courtyard. It's looks like a paper manufacturer.
What?
A paper manufacturer.
I need to get paper.
So you go to the paper factory, not
Mhm.
paper store.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be this one right here. Is the main opening. These buildings are all connected to the paper production.
Yes.
All three of these buildings are part of the same business.
So they don't have paper?
I look around. Is there an actual established stall or store to buy the paper?
There is a storefront, yes,
Okay, then.
but it looks like it's a multi-building, production facility.
Okay, I go to where I can buy them.
Okay. You open up the doors, and I'm just gonna pull up a random name generator because I was not prepared for you guys to go shopping for paper. But hey,
I remember I don't actually have a certain amount of sheets of paper that I can pull out, so I actually wanted to buy some so I can keep track of that.
Me too.
okay.
Do I even know where they're at?
You are in the middle of town.
But they never tell me where they went, so how the heck do I know where they're at?
We
You
said
would
we
have
were
been
going to the
strolling
library.
through town.
We
looking
said
for them.
we said we were going to the library
Yeah.
before we split up, so you know where we are.
Yeah, because I think I got off last week before I actually heard that in person.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did say that they stopped by your place last week and informed you where they were going.
Okay. There's only one thing I want to do before finding them.
Okay.
I want to go back to the pharmacist,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for something to draw blood with.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see here.
I pull out my dagger.
Okay. That technology has been invented, surprisingly enough.
Actually, syringes and things to draw blood are actually quite old.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were generated in this world yet, but I rolled a 19 on it, so. But yeah, you head back to the pharmacist. Roll an observance check if you would, please.
Observant check. 16.
16? Okay. Yeah, he does have one of them. They're a disposable item. If you want to reuse it again, there is always the danger of cross-contamination, stuff like that. But he does have one.
I only need one.
Okay.
How much are-
They are particular item has low quantity.
Why is
2 gold, 4 silver.
okay? If I could just take that from my bag. That's right.
Do you have the bag of checking? No, you don't have the bag of checking. I have the bag of checking.
What was the amount?
2 gold, 4 silver.
4 silver?
You can add that to your inventory slots.
Wait, is this his?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, he has the green one because he's a wood elf.
I'm colorblind.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Sorry. It's gonna be 1 platinum, 4 silver to you, so I need 9 gold back.
Okay.
Chop.
Whee!
Nice shot.
Almost a money
2,
shot.
3,
Used
4,
to
5,
be
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, come on. I thought it was hilarious.
Didn't I say 2 gold, 4 silver?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you. Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I initially said. So, that I keep, that I send. Money. There we go. Alright,
Money, money, money.
so you're able to stop by the pharmacist and find that without difficulty and still show up to meet the rest of the party at the library.
Okay.
So. Okay. Now what would you like to do?
I was thinking back to the party. Make things simple.
Okay, yep.
Wait,
got Oliver. Okay.
Have I heard any news, like people talking, about Drekthar or anything like that?
You have not. That's one of those kind of things that I would specifically throw in plot story to trigger. I wouldn't just randomly roll that one.
Okay.
So
when we just left him on the street, we didn't like go to an inn or anything like that.
that is correct.
He went into the city before us.
Yep.
The day before us, to be exact. So he probably made it to the hospital before we even entered the city.
Hospital. Thank you for reminding me. How far away is the hospital?
Let's see here. I don't remember if I labeled that or not. I want to say I did. It would have been one of the bigger buildings. I apparently did not, but that is going to be up here on the north end of the section of the city.
How far away is it?
About 6 blocks.
So 2 hours?
No, that doesn't take that long to walk a block. It would take you probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to walk that distance with, traffic in the streets and everything.
With when we usually met for dinner before, what time about?
6 to 7.
Okay, so
It's 3, I think you said?
currently,
Yeah, it's like, 3
so we got time. Let's go.
I'm gonna run into the paper first. I don't have any amount of paper that I actually have.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have like an actual amount just
Okay.
to keep track with.
I'd like the same since I read.
Can
our
I
contracts.
roll like a d12 to see how many papers I do have left over? Because we didn't, or am I just, are we just gonna say I'm out?
I mean, we did just finish a huge contract.
Yeah, we'll say you're out.
Okay,
Yeah.
We'll
so,
say you're
so
out.
we're using my papers as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll just role play it that way.
okay. I go out and
Okay. I did have this up here. The person, young man at the counter. It's a very wooden-esque, traditional kind of feel to the room. It is lots of I'm sorry, my mind's blanking. a very heavy carpentry feel, like because they make things out of paper or make things out of wood. Almost everything here is made out of wood.
Is it really inky?
No, it's not. There's
Okay.
like no ink around.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it's rough wood. Lots of shelves lined with different kinds of papers, prices, stuff like that. Larger sizes, smaller sizes, stuff cut to size. There's a large, strange bladed cutting device behind the counter.
This is a place to buy paper.
Yeah.
Out of game.
Yes.
Okay.
Gentleman at the counter, literally helping a well-to-do businessman looking type, literally closing up a sale and sending
okay?
him out.
Nope. You
Don't be
can buy.
sorry, we're just worried. Trevor's paranoid.
I put on my bow tie.
Okay.
Business. Hello.
Won't we plan on being in this town or city?
You've been there a week and a half, 2 weeks now, give or take.
I'm honestly completely forgot what our quest and goal is right now.
We don't really. We have multiple ones, but none of them
Honestly,
are like we
our-
gotta do right now.
Our main quest, ended when we got Draktar here. Right now, we're doing contracts for Panzer, and when that's done, we move on to whatever else we need to do.
Yeah.
We still have like the werewolves, stuff like
Yeah.
smaller stuff that aren't like noteworthy. I
So,
think.
so the way I'm running this campaign, there will be occasional major quests, but most of it's going to be personal quests and small quests. To have a little more realistic feel to it.
Good sir, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. How can I help you?
I need to get paper. I need 2 different kinds.
We have many varieties and various shapes of paper. What are you going to be using them for typically?
Contracts. Different kinds of contracts. But I would like some higher quality and mid quality.
Okay. For the sake of contracts and legal documents, would you not prefer parchment?
Okay, Joe,
I
not all of us know these words. Me and you may know the thing.
Sorry.
This is John.
That's okay, because your characters may not know them in game as well, and they can ask.
13.
13. You have a general idea that parchment is made out of animal skin, and it was a predecessor to paper, and it is a little bit more durable.
Okay.
Paper is more likely to have ink bleed through it and have issues, more easily destroyed. Parchment is typically used in official legal documents, typically,
What
while
would
paper can be mass-produced a
what
little
would
bit easier.
paper be used for?
Paper would be used
Personal
for
matters.
personal matters,
High
writing.
quality paper. Easily a different kind. So what would high quality paper be used for?
For things that would be like books, scrolls, things that you wanted to accomplish.
Like love letters?
Sure,
Things
yeah,
that
that
aren't
would,
supposed to last long but are important.
yeah.
Like a message to a fellow diplomat,
Okay.
a
So
ransom note.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And you
then-
gotta make your money somehow.
Just a general, because it's now coming up, just a general side note on what you have been observing. Some buildings and houses around here, their interior is very much Japanese in its style, and that some of the walls are made out of paper.
okay.
So, you haven't seen a lot of it.
Weird. Mud works much better.
Yes, it does.
You're right. Where should I go for the
Oh, we sell parchment as well.
Oh, okay, good. I would like some, like, in between mid and high tier paper before I get to the parchment.
All right. What dimensions will you be needing? Out of game standard sheets. You can just say standard sheets.
No, that's sure.
Or if you want something that you can write out, a message on, and not have to use multiple pieces of paper, something longer is typical.
About the size of a salamander.
Sure. And he goes over to the shelf, as customer service people sometimes have to do, and he pulls off a long, lengthy
Trevor hates
piece,
Panzer right now.
a lengthy piece of paper, and sets it down on the counter. And it's a bundle of sheets. It looks like it's about 2 feet long, 1 foot wide. And then he pulls off another shorter piece that looks like it could possibly be folded 3 times and put in an envelope. Sets that next to it, and then a smaller one, even smaller. Maybe maybe you could fold it in half and use it as a quick note or letter,
That's
a quick
actually-
message across town.
I'm looking for about that size.
Yeah. So we're talking length. They're all about 1 foot wide,
Mm-hmm.
but length and height is what changes. You got
Okay.
6 inches, 12 inches, and 2 feet.
I'm looking at the 6-inch.
Okay. So how many of these would you like?
Just 2.
2? Oh, okay. Puts those aside. They're a copper piece apiece.
Okay, we'll just have them to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all in one order, if that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and pull out my trusty notepad because I'm going to need to keep track of
Handy
this.
dandy notebook.
This is a notepad more because of how it's gotten destroyed.
Is this the thinking chair?
No, not mine. That one puts me to sleep. Chair.
Blue's Clues.
Remember, sheltered. Probably didn't get to watch cartoons.
Did you watch Blue's Clues?
Maybe twice.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay, so you got 2 note pages for 2 copper.
Yep.
What else could we do for you?
Let's get the parchment, mid-tier and high-tier, please.
Mid-tier and high-tier. Okay. Any particular creature you would like it quality? We have a number of them. It would probably be better if you had a particular quality brand you wanted to name. We would be able to sort through that quicker. Out of game, the only one you know of that you've mentioned is Onyx Bear.
Oh, for the high tier.
Mm-hmm.
Is elk low tier?
It's a mid to high tier.
Okay, I pull out my elk that I've been holding on to for quite some time.
Your rotten elk.
Hey, it's been salted, thank you.
It's a little hard. It has not been worked yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it has been preserved.
I pull that out and I'm like, maybe something like this?
I look from like where I'm waiting in line for my turn. I'm so sorry.
Hang on.
And he just glances your way just for a moment. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't identify particular creatures by their fur. That's not my specialty.
Oh, it's elk.
Elk! Oh, of course, we do have elk. Give me a moment, and goes yet to another shelf on the other side of the room.
Is this grown-up Panzer?
No, not yet. It doesn't just... Not overnight. It hasn't even been overnight. It's like library. Library didn't change him that much.
So, for these, the sheets are actually wider.
Yes.
They're about 16 inches to 21 inches wide, give or
Okay.
take, in that region. And they are all minimum of 2 feet long. Long sheets.
Okay.
But he sets a number of them on the counter. All our elk is always produced at the same grade, and you can move them separate. They are unlike paper, they have a rough, almost crackling type texture to them, whereas paper is typically considered a little bit smoother and more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
These automatically come with the crinkle marks in them.
Okay.
So
And how much are these?
these are a gold a piece.
Gold a piece?
Yes.
Okay. And this is in between medium and
This
high?
is
or
just
medium?
this is about a 5/8 grade out of 0 to 1.
Oh, okay.
0 to 8, you mean?
0 to 1.
0 to
5/8.
1, 5/8.
5/8. 0 to 1. 5/8 of 1.
You are so weird.
So 4/8 would be half. So this is
Just
a
give
little
it a
bit higher
star.
than mid.
5 stars.
Okay,
It's a
then
3-star.
it would be 3 stars.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brain no work.
Just a little bit above medium.
Thank you.
Enjoy working the lumber department.
I hate working the lumber department. I work the lumber department all the fucking time.
I worked the lumber department last night pricing. It was
Yeah, imagine if there were people there.
Let me get we'll do 5.
5 of those. All right.
Yes, please.
So 5 gold for the elk parchment.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry. Onyx Bear.
I was also seeing if you had any onyx bear.
We do have a limited quantity of it. That is considered our top tier.
I didn't ask for
Um,
that, yes.
But yes, we do have a few sheets. He goes back to a shelf in the back.
Yeah, I know.
They don't keep this on display up front.
Of course not.
And he pulls
I can't
out.
even guess.
He
how
pulls
much
out
this
a
is.
box. He pulls out a box.
Out of game. I'm like,
Sets
oh
it
my
on the
god.
counter and opens it up, and they are pristine.
You know, he opens it up.
it's like in that one movie with the what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson, and the white guy. He's like, "Are we happy?" Yeah, we're happy.
It's Pulp Fiction, my dude.
I'm sorry, I never seen it. I don't know what it's called.
I'm just wondering how you call him the white guy.
I remember Samuel L. Jackson's
I'm
name.
just glad that you didn't say
The other way
the
around.
white guy, because then I'd lose all respect for you if you don't know Samuel L. Jackson, man.
I know
You
Samuel
haven't
L.
watched
Jackson.
Grease?
I never watched Grease. No.
Remember, he didn't watch nothing. He watched like 3 westerns and The Incredibles. That's
I
all
watched
he had.
about 40 westerns in
Okay,
The Incredibles,
it was
but
an exaggeration.
I could probably name off different westerns that you guys had never even heard of before. But anyway, so looking at these are 2 platinum apiece.
And it looks exactly like mine. Do these look newer or?
It looks okay. Unlike the elk, which is a standard parchment, this has been treated with such care that there are no crinkles in it yet. It's like this parchment is as smooth as paper with the durability of parchment.
Okay.
So that's why it's such a high tier cost.
Okay, out of game. How do you keep it so pristine?
You're either
During traveling.
during traveling.
I
You're
mean,
gonna,
because if it's in a canister, it's gonna be still.
it's okay to roll parchment.
Okay.
And typically someone who was traveling with this would have a hard case to keep it rolled in.
Honestly,
We
as
both
long
already have
as
hard cases.
Yeah, we have cases to hold our stuff, but the thing is to keep the elements from it.
Yeah.
It'll have the air in the case, but try to keep it tightly, like almost airtight as you can get something in this age.
Should I have a separate one just for
Yes.
something like this?
Yes, you should.
You said out of game.
Yes.
Yes, you should have a separate one out of game. In game,
I'm already thinking about doing that.
in game, as he's opening it up, he's explaining. We do have a complimentary case that is sold with this item. We do not charge for it, but we do have a required minimum of 4 sheets when you purchase Onyx.
You know poster tubes? The things you get posters in?
Playmat rolls, yeah.
That's basically what you carry these in.
Sorry, you said. For pens are probably understood, but you said 4
A
minimum.
minimum of 4 sheets to purchase, which would be 8 platinum.
You sure you want to make it that high? I really don't want that many platinum. I'm gonna have to bring out my gem, and you're gonna have to give me 96 platinum.
They probably wouldn't accept that currency here.
Oh.
I walk up and kind of tap your shoulder. Panzer, we don't want anything high quality on us at the moment.
As I've like placed down 6 platinum. You sure?
Yes. When we leave town or going towards a important deal, we buy it. We do not want to carry that around and risk the damage and waste of it. The kind of documents that we would make would be good with the elk, but this kind of thing is something you get specifically for a purpose.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's alright. The purchase of Onyx Bear is rare, but for the sake of keeping it on hand, we do charge a premium for it and require a minimum purchase.
We understand. I like how even when I'm playing a horrible person, Trevor can't play a character who's mean to customer service representative.
I will say, though, of course, we do, with the canister, we do guarantee it's safe travel.
Oh, you have more. Never mind.
The DM will never pass up an opportunity to, strangle you of your coin.
So you shouldn't have it on hand, you think?
I thought there's no real purpose to it. If we have to buy that much, I will. This is in character. I'm sorry if you really want the Onyx Bear.
No! I
I'm
always
just-
thought it'd be a good idea to have it on.
we want okay quality things like the elk, but if that's something we get before we leave town, or we get before we leave town, or before an important deal is made. Say with our Dragonborn.
Okay. Alright. So, should I get something lower?
Is this on? I forgot if you said it what it was on, but I forgot.
It is
if
Onyx Bear.
I asked the storekeeper, is it possible to buy one of those special cases by itself?
Out of game, his is already in a special case.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Oh, never mind then, I don't ask that question. I thought he was carrying it around just like this.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yeah.
I just don't have the funds to produce
Rewind.
that prop.
Okay. I do agree with buying high quality parchment, but not something that high quality yet. Okay.
Do you think we should have more elk on us then?
How many sheets have you bought? I wasn't really. Well, I was letting you do your business.
I thought that was 5.
No, he bought 4.
Kinda scratch that.
Okay, so parchment. How much would it take to write a standard contract?
Standard contract on one piece of parchment would be usual.
Okay.
If it was an extremely detailed and massive contract, like national level contracts, maybe 3 or 4.
I say 4 is a good amount for you to have in. I'll probably buy more. But you, with the amount of writing you have to do and the contracts you make, less is probably okay for you.
Speaking of which, I got high grade paper earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a stack of low grade?
Yes, we can get you some lower grade paper.
Just to help with the writing of the Pakistan. I think that'd be a good idea.
We have been, I kind of look into my pouch and pull out the practice sheet that I've been it's just
Using.
black.
But yeah, I would like to get a stack.
Sorry, when I see coins, I like to.
And he goes over. He closes up the Onyx Bear and puts it back before he grabs the next product. But he does draw construction grade paper, thick, coarse, but workable, off the shelf. And how many sheets of these would you like?
So the expensive paper was 1 copper.
Yes.
How much?
This-
Sorry.
We usually sell these 10 to a copper.
I think one silver.
It's 100 sheets.
Yeah.
100 sheets. You think we need that many?
I mean,
A ream is usually 50 sheets.
yeah, I was.
So
I was
when you
gonna
look at
say,
a ream,
this
it's
is
usually
practice
50
paper.
sheets.
And you're gonna be practicing on it too.
Okay, yeah.
So that'll be a silver.
Can I have a copy?
What you buy?
Paper.
Paper's cheap.
Parchment. And paper.
Well, I might just have it all in one order.
You are buying yours, I'm buying mine, just to keep the order separate.
It's about Sam's pride.
Sam's pride.
Rule of stealth. For him not to notice you borrowing money from me.
I'm openly asking you.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
it's
not-
your pride.
My pride in that I want to at least make my own purchase.
It is
Oh,
an
okay.
illogical pride.
Remember, I built this character around arrogance.
Awesome. And
She's gotten better, but you know, not all the way.
I'm just gonna assume I'm low on ink as well.
We don't actually sell ink here in our shop, just for the sake of we don't want customer accidents to occur and spoil our product. If you go next door, there is a shop that does sell ink though, and other writing materials, desks, and they are part of our company, but we do not sell them in this storefront.
That is a smart decision.
Alright.
I can see that.
What's the total?
The total is coming to 4 gold, 2 copper, and 1 silver.
What was the 4 gold from?
The 4 sheets of
4
elk.
sheets.
Yeah.
So we got 4 gold and what?
4 gold, 1 silver, 2 copper. I love how the coin usage has been tedious since the very beginning, but no one has ever complained.
No, it's fun. I enjoy the coin thing.
I do too. You know what? So I kind of need some change anyways. I was almost there. You got gold on you?
Yeah.
I gotta double check the chat, see what Carl's saying. Is Hannah still planning to show up?
I texted her. I think she might still be on the road.
No, she usually
She said she was home and unpacking stuff.
Oh, okay, then I don't know. I texted and asked if she was joining. She hasn't answered back. She might have gone to sleep.
Incoming, Joe.
Okay. Carl, are you going away for the evening? Or are you on the road? I can't tell. He's only typing stuff in.
Oh yeah, I'm totally just typing things while I'm driving.
No, I could see that if someone else was driving and you're writing with him that you would be typing, but I didn't understand why you're typing and not saying. It's like you're not even there.
I just don't feel like talking right now.
Okay.
You alright, Matt?
Yeah, I'm fine.
The rest is a tip for you. Thank you. I appreciate the knowledge you do there. Thank you.
I miss out on his worker. I'm not allowed to take tips. Please don't. There's cameras.
I gave him an 8 copper tip.
8 copper tip? Yeah. Oof. Give me a second. Okay. He accepts the tip, but he does seem a little skittish about it. Miss Carolyn, do you mind checking the lasagna and see how it looks?
I'm gonna try to
It's
read
got
him.
tinfoil on top.
I'm gonna attempt to read him.
Sure,
Observance?
go ahead. Observance.
Be a 9.
You cannot. You cannot. You can tell he's slightly hesitant, but that's all.
I'm gonna go next door and grab some ink.
Wait up.
Oh, okay. I stand to the side.
Okay.
I walk forward. I'd like 8 sheets of elk parchment, standard size, and 1 ream of low quality parchment.
Okay.
Not parchment. Sorry, paper.
So that will be 5 copper and
8.
5 copper and 8 gold.
Yep.
And I believe you need this.
I do.
Should be sizzling on the sides and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking fudge! I just remembered. I forgot my mozzarella cheese.
I have some.
If you have some, that's
Not
good.
not the block.
No, not Parmesan, mozzarella.
Oh yeah. I got Parmesan cheese. Sorry, not mozzarella.
Well, Parmesan will have to do. We have lasagna without cheese on top. If you got shredded cheddar, that'll work, but
I do.
that is technically mozzarella. How many of those do you have?
Do you have mozzarella sticks?
He's got mozzarella sticks.
Yes. Po man's mozzarella is how we're doing this.
That would be enough. Someone wash your hands and shred them and put them on top.
No, they're.
You don't want it to concentrate like that though. Yeah, you shred them and then put them on top.
I thought you meant like.
No. Dang, now you're gonna make me math. That's
It's
8
8
and 5
1
copper.
gold, 9 silver, 5 copper.
Cannot believe I forgot the mozzarella cheese.
I can't believe it took all that long to buy paper. You saw how long it took me to buy a syringe?
Well, it's also the fact that he wanted to make everybody feel dumb. Copy?
I was prepared for the paper because the paper was actually written in as part of the culture early on in the game. I was not prepared for the syringe. And I was trying to get you with the party, and you've already been to the pharmacist before, so... There we go. Money bag is at your end.
I saw it. Literally just flew.
Alright. No, that's for Trevor. I was telling him because he's shredding mozzarella.
He's finished there, correct? I was planning on going to the ink.
Yeah, okay.
And he's coming with me.
Got
He
it.
told me to wait for him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next door is a more general store. It has a lot of art materials. It has paints, it has inks, it has pencil-esque items, it has charcoals, it has any artist's writing utensil that you can think of. This is
Awesome.
literally an art shop.
Okay.
Okay, before we go into the shop, I'm pulling Panda to the side.
Okay.
I ask him if I can go ahead and pull a vial of blood.
Are you sure you want to do that?
And I shove it into I try to squeeze it in between one of his scales.
It may dissolve the syringe itself.
It's not, your
Well,
blood isn't that
actually-
corrosive, but still.
Okay.
Are you
I'll-
Shove into
resisting
his
it?
scar.
I will stick it in. I got this. I'm gonna use my medical knowledge,
Sure.
first aid, to know where I should stick it.
Sure.
You're gonna go, crackhead found a vein. Well, not crack, but heroin.
Oh,
What's good? I got great veins.
and they're all hidden by scales.
I'm telling you, when I think find a vein, that's what I think.
Oh.
All right. It is 12 on the die, and this would be knowledge.
Which is a +5, so it's 17.
17.
Okay. Oliver?
Do you not roll a d20
Hold
for
on.
that?
Let me roll my knowledge real quick. That'd be a
I'm
28.
sorry.
It's 23.
24. You're good on finding
that's
the
a
vein and
19.
drawing it.
Your dice are weirdly written. Sorry.
To 24. I roll a d20 with first aid.
Between the two of you, you are both able to find a vein, okay? Carl, I hate to do this to you, but please roll a constitution check.
Oh yeah. Why? He's throwing blood.
That's right.
He can't see blood without throwing up or fainting.
That's a nat 16.
Okay.
He rolled max.
Even though you are pale in the face
Which is saying something.
and you feel a little chilly, you are able to keep your consciousness and not throw up as you look at a glass vial full of strange, almost purplish kind of blood.
Maybe that's what helps, is that it doesn't look red.
I'm looking at it. Well, at least it's not red. Could you imagine if it was red?
This is like one of those deep, like heavy on the carbon monoxide kind of.
Alright, I hand it to him. Here you
Just
go.
think to myself, it's just a potion, it's just a potion, it's just a potion, it's just a potion.
It's not
It's
just
just
a potion, it's a poison.
It's a
Close to
poison
poison,
potion.
poison.
Acid.
Corrosive, not poisonous.
It's acid.
Yeah, corrosive, not poisonous.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I was
I'm
seeing
gonna go ahead and
how,
get it into one of my little vials.
Unless your blood's a hallucinogen.
I'm grabbing a pouch. Be very, very, very careful.
I'm hunting rabbits.
This is the poison ivy.
Wait, what?
I'm handing you a pouch that's closed.
Full of poison ivy.
Okay, so just the bag on the inside will have poison ivy on it.
What do you want to do with that?
I want you to extract
Oh.
the
Irritant.
that works too. The
A concentrated essence of it.
yes, please. I mean, like, you're probably only gonna get like 2 drops out of this.
2 drops is more than none.
Oh yeah, I mean that in a bucket, you're good. It has like an oil consistency. Do you know what oil is?
Yes.
Okay,
Is oil a thing?
I'll try.
Oil is very much a thing even in ancient
Oil was a thing
time.
before gasoline.
Oil was a thing before paper.
Yeah, oil's basically anything of that consistency.
Okay.
Oil was like Stone Ages.
But yeah,
discovered.
be very careful. Anything that you use to touch it will also have it on it. So make sure you're cleaning anything you use. Touching.
This is just people that live in Florida knowledge. Just like, don't touch it, don't touch anything! Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So I take that and I go ahead and go back to my room. That's what I do.
It's Florida,
first.
man.
No.
Oh my god, you're Florida man! You're fucking Florida man! You are an alligator!
Okay, 2 things. Yes, Carl, you're able to go back to the room if you wish and continue working on doing that project. After the mozzarella was put on the lasagna, it needs to go back in the oven until that turns golden brown. Because you were the one that was shredding the mozzarella.
Shredding can't be done that quick. There's like 6 sticks.
I haven't gone in the kitchen.
Okay, it looked like
I went
someone
to get
did.
coffee.
Did someone do it? I thought. Okay, that's what you do. I thought you were just sitting there shredding
She's
mozzarella.
still working on it.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine.
I am the fastest chef in the land!
Oh, she actually did use a grater and shred it.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
Uncle.
I think
That should be fine. Yeah,
That's
just
good.
spread it out all over the top.
Okay, I really just want to eat that plate of cheese.
I know.
No.
Wait. That didn't
Do you
not
make
do what I
meatloaf?
wanted to do.
Say what?
Have you ever made meatloaf?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's just something my family's always done. We take a cheese stick and put it in the middle of meatloaf.
They're all D16 knowledge.
Oh, we put cheese on top as well. It's just extras. But we
Oh, there
put a
you go.
mozzarella stick.
Oh,
the
that's
good
good.
ones,
Well.
not these. No offense.
Mhm.
Hi, Bobby. Sorry, I talk to all children like dogs. I've confused him by making him think of a food thing that my family does, and now he's broken. Yay.
Just thinking about how cheese instead of a meatloaf would taste.
Oh, you've never had cheese on your meatloaf?
I've had cheese on my meatloaf, American cheese, but not a mozzarella embedded in the meatloaf.
So the inks.
Sorry, I broke the DM.
I'm sorry, it's my fault. I have been binging Shokugeki Food Wars and Master Chef and watching Chef Ramsay cook different foods on his YouTube channel, and I have just been cook for weeks. I'm actually considering buying, a set of chef knives as my next major purchase, but I've just,
Of course, you're gonna.
yeah,
now you have a
we
great.
just want to brown.
cheese.
We want to brown the mozzarella.
I'm a Greek
Thank you.
emperor? Yes, emperor.
Okay.
You're not being fed.
Moving on.
Nice, thank you. You didn't touch any other ones. I appreciate that.
On testing the blood.
Okay. So we need
Oh,
to
we're
get
going to say no homo.
Okay, moving on. Let's have some time for the people who are a distance across the nation, please.
This is how we get them back on track. Pretend to be gay.
I mean, you can't say no homo when acting like a Roman Catholic.
Who are all very homo.
Okay, give me a second.
I mean, Alexander the Great, gayest man on earth.
He was great.
And very, very gay.
And great at it.
Mm.
You okay, Joe? You seem kind of quiet over there.
My brother is annoying me.
Which is also
Um,
really funny because I'm named after him.
Okay, moving on, please. Carl, you said you wanted to do some tests on the blood. What were you trying to accomplish?
Oh,
I know Panzer told me he felt different about whatever he wanted me to test his blood, so I tested his blood to see if there's anything different from the last test I did way back then.
Okay. And what did you roll for your knowledge check?
14.
14. You do not notice any significant differences in between then and now.
Okay.
And the blood is consumed. So, you can attempt to sterilize the needle and stuff.
Did he
Yeah.
gain anything from that?
No.
Analyze
I
blood should
still need
definitely
four
be a
more.
skill off of biology.
I still need
Biology.
4 more silver.
Hmm?
I still need 4 more silver. It was 9 silver, not 5.
What do I need to roll to sterilize it?
Just a knowledge check.
I'm gonna do a 16 just because it's something I'm not used to doing.
Thank you.
Yep.
18.
18. That will be enough. You have efficiently sterilized it for now.
And I'm assuming since I'm a chemist, I already have like gloves of some sort that can work with the ivy.
Yeah, it would be part of your chemistry set, some kind of gloves to keep you
Tweezers,
from.
gloves, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And
Okay. Yeah.
we need
I'll start working on breaking down, like crushing up the ivy, trying to distill it down into a concentrated.
Oh,
Okay.
turn on my volume.
roll a knowledge check for me
The
on that.
sap. Thank you. Sorry.
And I know this, 'cause I know distilling. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Alright, so yeah, that
It's
would be
literally just
consistent. You get, basically when you're done, you have cooked down a consistency of 1 vial of basically the oil is loose sitting inside that.
It's like 9
Now, is it actually like oily, or is it just very liquidy?
It's a very liquidy, it could be condensed down into a more syrupy form. But currently it is distilled down to 1 vial of water with a little bit of the essence in it. If you wanted it farther, you might have it dry out on you over time.
Okay. I'll keep it as it is for now.
Okay. Was there anything else you wish to accomplish?
Well, do I know how to actually concentrate it?
Yeah,
Is that what I just did?
You can concentrate it down farther when you're ready to apply it to something, or use it as is. But if you did it now and then didn't use it right away, it would probably dry out on you.
With the amount
So it's
he
like
got, you probably have enough juice to fill a
chemicals that
pizza
are-
dish, so you might want to wait.
It's like those ready-to-use chemicals instead of like the super concentrate chemical.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So,
Let me add that in there.
Thank you.
get your own personal scientist.
I give him blood. He does stuff for me.
Dude, once we
Actually,
actually
both
get,
of these were for me. Thank you.
once we get like the whole setup at the house we were thinking about, we will have every kind of scientist in that building. We will be the greatest library of knowledge in the city.
Outside of the city.
Outside of the city, yeah.
in this city, there's no knowledge of rock and roll.
See, I was thinking, our house in the middle of the street. Our house.
Oh, no. Alright, moving on.
To the ink store.
Okay, so you go into the general store after you send Oliver off down the street. Inside, like I said, there is every level of artist tool and pigment in availability.
Anything look tasty?
Everything.
I'm gonna say no. If you've ever been in an art store, no, it does not look
I'm
tasty.
sorry, if there's any crayons in there, he's eating them.
Not visible crayons.
Okay. I'm sorry.
They're in
What
boxes.
child is not eating crayons, and what is he but a child's stomach?
Pigment added to wax is a thing,
Yeah,
but it's still
in a box.
They still don't like sell crayons to children nowadays. It's just another artist's pigment.
I know, I'm just messing around.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the counter. Hello.
Literally, for the sake of
You're the same person.
it's literally
Yeah.
there's like a room back and forth, and he keeps an eye on
No,
who's
he
going
has
where.
2 hats.
Wait. Observance.
Hello.
If I could get my mouse to work.
This is a totally different person.
Of course it is for you.
All right.
I see.
Hello. Can I get your name?
My name is Takuma.
Takuma. What was the first guy's name?
You never
never
asked.
What a lovely hat you have.
Thank you.
Scanning now.
Takuma.
Takuma, yes. How can I
And
help
just
you?
Sorry, that reminds me of a song from home.
That was rude.
Was it? I do apologize.
We're working on his manners.
It's all right.
I need to fill up some ink, please, and I probably as well. Might as well go ahead and get a new quill as well.
All right then. We do have various sizes of inkwells. We have a bulk that you can refill your own inkwell with, or we just have individual inkwells.
Oh, so you can't fill up my ink quill.
We don't refill inkwells, no.
Okay.
Outside of game, I have experience with inkwells. Typically, once they get low, they tend to dry on the inside.
And it basically lowers
Adding-
the amount that we put in.
Yeah, you don't want to actually have ink added to an inkwell.
Okay.
Unless you clean it very, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect omnivore and old inks were made of animal parts sometimes. Which is why purple was such a rare and expensive color, because it was really hard to get purple pigmentation.
Believe it or not, there is actually a squid ink ramen.
I've had it.
It is a black
It
ramen.
is gross.
So, okay. Let me see your inkwells.
The inkwells, they're small, little glass ones, typically meant for desktop use and everything.
We're at what's it called? Sorry. The ice cream place where they got the different sizes.
No, I was
Baskin Robbins.
okay. No, I was thinking more like Bix, if you've ever been there.
So, I'm looking for something like on the road, heavy travel.
We do have a traveler's kit for parchments and writing and stuff like that.
We each already have one of those. We do. We established this early on. We have traveler's kits for our writing equipment.
We did.
Yes.
Hmm.
Waterproof kit for our water, our inkwell, our paper, our inkwells, everything.
Okay, that's not what he's trying to sell you.
What is he trying to sell me?
He shows you, moves you over to another side, expert salesman as he is. Shows you it is
I
a.
want to see him try to move me aside.
He's more like customer service guiding you, but he shows you a briefcase. Opens up the briefcase on a small table, and it unfolds into a writing desk, which has its own little compartments for pencils, pens, inks, different colors. Has a tray that you can pull out to mix paints on. It is literally, you sit down and you can open it up and you have a spot to just sit down and write.
Does it come with a chair?
It does not. They do have a
I'm
chair.
asking-
They do have a collapsible chair off to the side, though,
I
that he points
I
out.
totally asked him, I'm like, does this come with a chair?
We do have traveling chairs for writing if
No,
you
no, no,
wish.
no, no. Does it come with?
It doesn't come with a chair. It's kind of hard to get that in the case. But it does fold out. And he picks up a chair and
Can this hold me?
No.
no.
Although I
It
think
could hold her.
I think
but
this is something nice to have, but not really necessary.
Yeah. I mean, it would be for me.
Yeah.
And I needed. It's okay. Thank you, though. That is really interesting.
it is quite fascinating and very popular with artists and travelers, especially cartographers.
That's the maps.
I mean, you are an artist, and I would like to get you this, but it's probably super fucking expensive.
Do you look at the price tag?
What is the price tag?
50 gold pieces.
It is super fucking expensive.
It's not that bad.
For a desk?
For a foldable desk.
Okay. A day's work is
I
about
thought I would get a laugh out of
Three
it.
copper pieces for the common folk.
Yeah, so this is like a year maybe of work, if you're lucky.
365 days. This is 2 years worth of labor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're like really lucky and make a lot, it's like a year of work for this desk.
Okay.
This is definitely not low class, products. This is
It
this is mid to high
your
crest.
design?
No, this is by the company. It was not my design though.
Okay. Well, that's
It was originally created by an artist who also had specialties in engineering, but he died about 150 years ago. It's been around for quite a long time, though. Painters who like to do landscape and scenery, it's very popular with them. Cartographers, as I spoke, and occasionally people who travel and need to write letters from military areas or other such things.
out of game. Is there different inks for different, other than map making? Like, is there certain inks only used for certain situations?
Very rarely. Typically, it's more the color of the ink or how well it sets into certain things. Parchment ink, there is a specific parchment ink, but it can also be used on paper.
Okay. I guess I would need to get some parchment ink and some cheap for the
Yeah,
construction
a large inkwell of standard cheap ink.
Okay. The parchment ink is 5 silver. The cheaper ink is 4 silver. Not much difference in the quality. It's more the glass jar that
quantity.
it's in. Yeah.
But there's a lot of the cheaper ink.
No, it's not an issue.
Well, yeah,
It's not an issue of quality. It's not an issue so much of. It's more an issue of quality and the fact that the difference in the price is so little because it's in a glass jar that is most of the cost.
We asked for a large inkwell though.
Yes.
He did say there are different sizes.
There are different sizes. There is a case, a jar that you can unscrew a metal lid off of and refill an inkwell with. But it's still like a whiskey bottle versus an inkwell.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I already have an inkwell. That I can
Actually, if we get some charcoal pens and pencils.
we can, yes.
Okay.
Is it done? Sweet, wonderful. We'll take a break here in a little bit and grab some lasagna. The big whiskey bottle of ink is going to run you 2 gold pieces.
I was gonna say, actually, since we're with what I have planned, we don't need the regular ink. We just need the parchment.
Okay, we'll just use the chalk.
Yeah, charcoal.
Okay.
And they only sell the bulk of the parchment ink. So
Okay.
they don't.
So
they
yeah,
only sell
just the parchment ink then. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
And then the charcoal.
I was gonna get that. As a gift. Take that.
Okay.
If I could get let's say a writer's set of charcoal pens.
Yes,
Or
you could do that.
pencils, sorry.
We also, I wanted to get a new quill.
Sorry, I thought that one.
2 gold for the ink refill.
I thought you said it was 4 silver for the ink refill and 2
4
gold
silver
for the
for-
big thing.
No. It was 5 silver for the inkwell of parchment ink.
Yeah.
It was 4 silver for the cheap ink in an inkwell. The whiskey bottle
Yeah, we're not
refill
getting the whiskey bottle.
is 2 gold.
We're not getting the whiskey bottle.
I thought you said you wanted the
That's,
big.
we went to the charcoal pencils instead of getting the large.
Okay, so you want the 5 silver one.
Yes.
All right. So that the charcoal.
Before we get to that one.
Yeah, finish his purchase up first.
I'm looking for a quill.
Quills.
Yes.
Quills are 5 copper apiece.
Okay. Do you? I'm looking around. What kind of different quills are there?
They're pretty much all goose quills. You can buy some higher end quills made out
That's what I'm
of
looking for.
like peacock feathers if you want something really flashy. or some eagle feathers. You know, different feathers. They just go up in price.
I'm looking for something that says power.
Definitely go with the peacock.
Power! I'm looking at it and I'm like, isn't this kind of like a little too foo-foo?
Foo-foo? Is it?
I
Panda
suppose.
says foo-foo?
I suppose, culturally, between you and my culture, maybe power for you would be a little bit more like an eagle's feather quill. But here, money is power, so that is what people typically consider more showy.
What does eagle mean here?
Freedom.
Really, dude?
Sorry, that's all I got.
Are you allowed to sell this? Don't you all have slaves here?
The slaves don't get to use eagle feathers.
The slaves don't get to use equal quills, no. If they get to write at all,
What happens if they do?
they'll probably use goose quills.
No. If they do use the eagle.
There's no punishment, but who in their right mind would pay extra money for a quill for a slave?
I would.
Well, apparently you're not in your right mind according to Shakar, I'm sorry.
What about your mind?
I would never pay for anything more than a goose quill for any of my slaves, if I had any. It's more a show of status rather than any kind of functionality, to be
Okay.
honest.
I'm kind of glad.
It literally is. It literally is just a show of
Okay,
status.
I want to say that's like something you put in your office to intimidate others because of your wealth. It's not something you'd actually use very
Where-
often.
Is there a case that I would put the quill in?
If you need a case to carry quills with you, we do have them. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab the eagle.
Okay.
I do like it. Okay. Do you have any other exotic animals? Feathers?
Not in regular production. If you wanted quills made out of something exotic, you could bring them in, and we could have our people, turn them into quills. But we don't carry anything exotic other than these three on a regular basis.
Okay. How much is the eagle quill?
Eagle quill is going to be about 9 or 10. We'll say a silver a piece. Double price.
Okay.
Just make it simple.
And the peacock?
Peacock is gold. They're extremely rare.
I'll get both. I'll grab a peacock and an eagle.
Okay. Just outside a game, peacock quill is
Yeah, peacocks are
I have a
freaking
huge.
long.
peacock feather.
yeah. So the case for that is going to be expensive in and of itself.
Okay, like how much?
Like probably 10 gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a show of status.
Yeah.
You're literally like asking for Joseph's coat of many colors here.
I have an idea.
Oh shit. I literally use a metal tip. You know what I'm talking about? The inkwell pen that you dip? It's literally what Sam uses.
Mhm.
No quill.
How heavy is it?
How heavy is what? I'm sorry.
The quill?
The quill?
Like half an ounce?
Quills are not
They're
heavy.
feathers.
They're feathers.
I don't
They're
know
known for being light.
what's
There's nothing on
holding the
end.
ink. Well,
No, it's literally you dip
Oh,
the tip
that's-
of the feather
oh,
in it,
okay.
and you write with that.
okay.
That's why they wear down.
That's why you do have to rebuy them. Yeah.
Okay. I won't need a case for the peacock.
Oh my god, you're putting it in your costume.
Yes,
somehow.
I am.
Are you gonna wear it on a hat?
I thought almost to my bow tie. I haven't decided
And
quite.
they would be like,
No, off to the side like this, off my shoulder.
still saying
You know it's gonna get destroyed the first fight you're in.
Oh yes, I'm sure. I'm gonna look beautiful until then.
your stealth is now
Okay,
+2.
Fine. So he adds a peacock quill for a gold piece. Oh my word. Okay.
Am I peacocking?
Yes, you're peacocking. Exactly.
And then, were you getting any of the other quills?
The eagle?
The eagles? Just one?
Yes,
They do
just
wear
one.
out.
Just one, and then a practice
Okay.
So
goose.
Just an FYI.
Yeah.
One legal document will usually consume a quill. Just because of how undurable are. Literally, people who wrote with quills on a regular basis used to have a guy who literally spent his day
Plucking.
making quills, making quills for the next day's use.
So a quill, they would literally pluck the feather and then kind of
It would be
till it was sharp and then hand it.
it would be dried, cut, sanded, treated. It was a day's process to make quills. I actually watched a documentary on
Really?
quill making. Yeah, it's a long process.
I've seen the video. It was just like cut it and then write, but I guess that was just I need to write right
It was
now.
probably after it was dried and already treated.
Yeah, okay.
But it was, quill making is actually an art. And and as an apprentice, you screw up making them more often than not because they have to be very precise.
And that is why Sam uses an ink pen.
So
But anyway,
An ink well.
I'll grab 3 goose.
the case that comes with, if you buy the case for the eagle quills, it'll hold 5.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to buy 5, that's 5 silver plus the case will be
3 gold.
3 gold. Yeah,
Well, I
3
already
gold
had
is
a
about the right.
case.
I was thinking
For
comparing
quills.
the size.
You did?
I mean, how
We
many
have a
times
case. We have a case for quills and paper. That's what I was talking
How
about. We have
else
a
I-
travel case.
Yeah. How else would I be?
But you
doing
don't have a
sharding?
case for eagle
Okay.
quills.
No, I do not have a case for
You don't have a
quill.
case specifically for them, no. So
You have but basically just for goose quills, just the regular short ones.
yeah,
I will just need the case for the.
the eagle quills.
Yes.
So that'll be 5 silver. So 5 eagle quills will be 5 silver.
Not 5 eagle.
5 eagle quills
One.
go into the case.
Oh, okay.
Were you gonna buy enough quills to fill the case or no?
I mean, each one's a gold, right?
That's silver.
Each one's a silver.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll fill it.
Okay, so 5 silver, 3 gold for the case. And then you said you wanted how many goose quills?
I'm gonna fill up my case. So it's
It'll-
probably empty.
It'll hold 10,
I'm gonna guess that Hannah fell asleep on us.
Okay.
probably. So 10 goose quills. And those are 5 copper apiece, so that'll be $2 silver and 5 copper. Right? 10 cut in half, no, that's 5 silver. 5 silver. Alright, so you got 10 silver, 4 gold. You have
10 silver.
Wait. Gold, 2 gold, 3 gold, 4 gold, 5 gold, 5 silver is your total. And I think that's a good place to take a break because we
Incoming?
need to get it's a platinum?
Yeah.
Don't throw the platinum! it always flies somewhere else other than me.
It goes right to your head every time.
I'm not good at catching tiny things like that though. I don't have my glasses on tonight. Okay, I really got that. Alright, so we're talking 5 gold, 5 silver, so that's 4 gold and 5 silver back. And 2. Okay. And you can add all of those things to your inventory.
Oh, yeah.
And my
Alright.
charcoal pencils would be pretty cheap because we're in a woodworking town, correct?
That's right, I gotta do your charcoal pencils.
Yeah.
John, take a second
pencils.
and go get your lasagna.
Yeah. I just need charcoal pencils and a refill of my parchment ink.
Charcoal pencils. Those will be 3 copper apiece.
My
And they're
parchment.
wrapped in paper.
Yeah.
Sorry, one second. What about the refill? Sorry, my new ink.
The
Did
ink
you
was
add that into
the
price?
ink was the 5 silver.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you
How
have
many
one.
uses?
You have a parchment ink well.
Inkwell. How many uses?
5 uses.
Back.
I have.
I threw it back.
Oh. And then you said it's 5 silver to get a new inkwell of parchment.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're getting another inkwell of parchmenting as well?
Yes. So that's just 8 silver.
Okay. How many charcoal pencils did you get?
10.
10? Okay. Those don't need to be protected, really. So 1, 2, 3 copper apiece. You did 3 silver. Okay, got it. All right. All right. That's where we'll take our break for a second, folks.
Alright, sorry about that.
And I'm just gonna mute everything, and we will be back in a little bit because I want lasagna.
I want lasagna.
Okay, we're coming back live. Finished our lasagna. We had a break. Okay, eventually
We're on a break.
we're gonna have
Nobody
stuff
got
to
that.
play during the break. Here, probably in the next couple months.
Until then, we'll start singing.
No.
Let's just record a couple songs. Fair use.
I can hear Trevor's track when we play Trevor's track. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99
I'll join in on that.
No, I hate that song with such a passion.
Okay. So, alright. I'm pretty sure we got all our shopping done. You got your charcoal pencils.
No.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Shopping, yes. There's still one other place I wanted to go before we have dinner.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, and while you're bringing that up, I'm going to go ahead and mark that location on the map.
It's probably about 3:30 by now. 4.
Yeah, you're looking at about... It took you...
We were already there.
You were there, and where was it?
We went from the library next door to the pet parchment.
Yeah, but where did I say that you had to travel like 25 minutes to get to it?
The hospital.
That's right.
But
Thank
we
you.
haven't gone
We
going
didn't
yet?
go there.
That's where I'm about to go.
Okay.
Say, I want to be nosy.
Alright.
Really good. What? What are you gonna do?
Oh,
You were gonna do it?
it doesn't look like a cookie bar. I think it's a chocolate chip bar.
It's a brownie.
Brownie.
It doesn't look like a brownie.
It is.
That is
It
everywhere
is
a
an
brownie.
extremely good brownie. Though, if you like nuts.
Nuts and brownies are fine.
Fuck you, diet.
I thought you were gonna say F me, but okay.
That's later.
Haha.
Okay, so we got the paper store. Good. Then we gotta go up here. I'm gonna label the hospital while I'm at it.
Like, first bite was okay. But, like, as I keep eating it, like, the better it gets.
Are you sure it doesn't have weed in it?
Always.
The first time I ever thought of, heard of that was that 70s show.
I do want to say edibles take a long time to kick in.
I don't know
comparatively.
this stuff.
So it wouldn't affect him yet.
Okay, so if you ever watched that 70s show, I used to listen to it because in the Twin Cities, on the border in between Minneapolis and St. Paul, depending on the weather and the solar interference at the time, you can actually tune your FM radio to exactly like a half a frequency, and you can pick up WB23's television channel. And every evening I could listen to King of the Hill, The Simpsons,
You poor,
the
poor
70s show.
You poor child.
Occasionally Everybody Loves Raymond, but the one I listened to the most often was the 70s show. And then they had the episode where they were having the garage sale and they were selling brownies, and there were the regular brownies and the premium brownies, and the dad, what's his name's dad, got into the premium brownies.
Red?
Yeah, Red got into the premium brownies. And then he's just sitting there at the table. Peter Rabbit, hopping up and down the bunny trail. I'm like, I'm laying in bed and I'm like, the heck?
You're so bad sometimes.
Because I literally, I had headphones on and I was laying in bed listening to these shows, and I was having the time of my life.
Like, I got the shit kicked out of me, but at least I got to watch Teen Titans.
But there was that. The Seeker. You heard that TV series? It's got 3 seasons, and basically it's him, healer, witch.
We're back now. Let's
podcaster,
talk about TV.
and a wizard or whatever. Remember that show? I got it from the library on DVD, and I had one of those ancient stereos, like the big giant block stereos that you could record a cassette off of another cassette, and you had your record player. I had a DVD player plugged into that, and then I routed my headphones off of that, and that's how I enjoyed the entire Seeker series. That's freaking awesome.
Once again, I might have got beat, but I got to watch the Teen Titans. I feel bad for
it got to the point where eventually, you know, like movies that I wanted to like listen to or watch on a regular basis, like How to Train Your Dragon, I figured out how to rework all of the crossover audio stuff on an old Windows 95
It feels weird
computer.
knowing how old that movie is. Because it doesn't feel as old as it is.
Yeah. But How to Train Your Dragon, it was The Incredibles and How to Train Your Dragon, I think. It was both of those because I really liked them. But I figured out how to record and do audio MP3 only and then burn it to a disc so that I could, one disc at a time on 3 discs, listen to the entire movie of How to Train Your Dragon on my DVD player while I was laying in bed at night. I was so desperate for cool entertainment.
Yes.
Okay. That's 2 Dr. Peppers down. I am well fed.
John! John!
John!
Baby John!
Sorry, we were talking, but it was coming to a conclusion.
Is it there?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're not waiting on you.
We've been calling John.
I love it when people wait on me.
Okay. You really...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just remembered to TikTok.
I am going to take that shirt and I am going to fix that hole. That's such an annoying
I
hole.
just remembered to TikTok. It's a costume. It's a costume.
She's blonde and blind. Sorry, I love that TikTok.
Okay. So, you said you were heading to the hospital?
Yes.
You head, as I showed, up to the northern end of town.
What's traffic?
Traffic is normal. As long as the business day is up.
What do I see as I'm going up towards the hospital? Is it getting nicer districts as I'm going?
Not
towards
so much. The main streets always have like stalls on the side selling, various foods, small dealer, close up at night and go home kind of thing. Instead of major storefronts. There are still major storefronts and everything, but it's pretty much all business. Do you remember ReZero at the beginning of the very first episode? He shows up in the middle of the street and there's like carts going all the way up and it's like a major highway. At the same time there's people lining up stalls. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
It's just packed. Mostly humanoids or humans. But you head from clear down here in the square up the main street all the way
Does
to
anybody see it interesting?
Not especially.
Okay.
I mean, no more than Sam or Vidoma. I mean, you guys are the most interesting people there, probably.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there another group of adventurers?
It's not like, oh look, there's a quest walking up and down the street.
We just see a giant exclamation point. What the hell?
I rolled that nat 20. Hang on.
No, we don't have Oliver with us.
Okay. But you get to the hospital. It doesn't look like your modern day type of hospital. It's just a very large building. Could be an office or business building. It could be a paper factory. That's how unidentified it is. It's just, the only thing it is there's like a sign out front that says hospital.
Okay. I walk in.
Okay. Inside there is a desk. There's a number of people in the waiting room. It's kind of like your typical ER, but much less security.
Okay.
There's the hallways are open.
Celestia, I think?
Celestia was her name, and Drektar. But you see a human girl, working as a nurse at the front counter. She looks up at you expectantly when you come in.
Okay. I move the peacock feather below.
How can I help you today, sir?
Yes, I hope you can. I'm looking for Draktar or Celestia.
I hate my dyslexia.
Are
You
they
just messed up
doctors? Are they employed here, or
I believe Celestia was the patient and her husband was Draktar.
let me double check our files. She goes over to the files, opens it up for a little bit. Much less security than you would typically have in a modern day. You can't just walk in and ask if someone's a patient or look for
But there's
something.
also less data to protect anyway.
Yeah,
So it's
so-
more.
She looks through the files.
As she looking through, can I see some of the names?
No.
Okay.
There is a lot of cheap paper that you can
You're
see.
just standing there. Day.
Don't make me throw things at you.
He's burning to read. You'd have to sound it out.
But it's too far away and the print's too small to even be able
Okay.
to go there.
I was just checking.
She returns to you after a moment. She says, I cannot find anyone by that name in our system at all.
Okay, how far back does your system go?
We only keep current patients here. We don't keep records of people that have gone in, at least not here. There may be something archived in our records, but we don't have anything current.
Ma'am, our friend was working with an experimental cure. Is there any specific point where they would do things like that?
There is
It's to
one
do with blood.
blood. Well, the Yakuza do specialize in blood donor work. I couldn't say specifically, but no, I'm not positive. There is a doctor from the.
I want to speak to your manager.
Don't make me throw a pin at you.
I'm doing customer service.
I am going to
I'm
buy
doing
a
this.
box of pink erasers. I swear.
And I will become an expert of just
Okay. You could speak to someone in records. They're the next building over. We don't keep it labeled because not many people ever go there. But you could check there.
Thank you.
You said there's a doctor? You started to say that.
There is a doctor from the Yakuza family. They would be the highest, rank or knowledge in the building that might be able to help you. But
I think we need to go to the NMS. They seem to be buddies.
No, I feel like this is something to ask the doctor about. I feel it's one of both business associates than anything else. Is there a way we could speak to this doctor?
he currently, I think he would probably be in records. Either that or he'd be on the second floor. Is where he usually works. I'm not
is
sure.
that open to
You're welcome to visit him. If he's busy, we'd ask that you not harass him.
Of course. We were just hoping to speak to him.
Of course.
Thank you.
I had thought that they could leave.
Archive the second floor.
Second floor.
Okay. Second floor, there are,
What's it smell
wood, clean wood,
What'd she say his name was?
a member of the Yakuza family. That's all she said.
I go back and ask for his name.
I will pull up a random name generator because I didn't have this quest flag prepared yet.
You should have.
Come on, computer. Haruka.
Haruka?
Haruka. 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 Dr. Haruka.
Okay, we're heading up to the second floor.
Okay. There's a general staircase, all wood. There are people here and there cleaning up. There are occasionally places where limbs are amputated or in the process of, surgery being completed, but a lot of it is open. This is not the major sanitary of the Victorian or post-Victorian
This is a medical
This is more like the kind of Civil War level stuff. That was pretty much your impression of the first floor. Once you made it to the second floor, it's more people who are consistently sick and just in beds.
Can I ask something disturbing?
Sure, go ahead.
How were they doing amputating?
Good old-fashioned saws and knives.
Sauce.
Does the device that they're using, is it something I've seen before?
No.
Okay. It was just as I was walking
This
by,
is levels of surgery that you would not have previous experience with.
I kind of stuck my head out as they're still walking. I'm kind of watching a little bit, watching. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, my place usually have more sparks.
Bolts and nuts.
Basically, yeah. I'm just like, this is kind of sad. My hospital at least has some music. What the hell?
Mr. Obi's got
Still about the racist.
But yeah.
The robot is the equivalent to blackface.
Okay, moving on. Second floor. You get up there. Most of this is people in beds. The hospital isn't like packed right now, even though there is a pretty heavy population. Most of the patients are in rooms alone. Occasional family members or other people visiting them. There are, for every room, there is like a temporary block with a little bucket underneath of it to, you can put in someone's name.
Hope you get better.
You can just get that from some random old guy missing about half his teeth.
giving me that's a giant alligator?
Hope they fix your face!
Is something wrong with my face? I mean, that last fight we had, I mean, yeah, I got hit a couple of times, but my face is fine, right?
As good as it was before. Okay, you just do opposing charisma, I guess. 24.
Says this,
13.
Yeah.
So you're fine with it, I guess?
This custom-made female body robot looking at you and saying, just as good as it was before.
So that's fine.
Okay. Roll an observance check for me.
What'd you get?
I don't know if I have any luck points.
I mean, we haven't
7.
used any today.
It's still
Between
part of
last
yesterday.
session and this section.
We have used 2.
7,
My
8,
knowledge.
9.
I do want to say you might have one left,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Oh, I got 12.
Just watch me use them all up before I throw another werewolf attack
You know
on you.
that's not fun, right? It's not fun.
Actually, believe it or not, amongst DMs,
Yeah.
people,
No,
they all talk
players.
about specifically using dungeons and everything to wear down their, party before they face a boss to make it that much more challenging.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's fun.
So, let's see,
13, okay. Your observance, Sam?
12.
12. You probably, the size of the hospital and everything, you spend about
I start asking around.
25 minutes asking around,
Nurses.
looking around. Eventually, you do find him.
Okay.
He's
Does he look familiar from the
No.
from the party?
you do not recognize him.
Okay.
Um,
Does he look similar to them though? As in probably family.
black hair, long, kept back in a ponytail. Still hangs down past his shoulder blades.
Okay.
Still wears white. Still the traditional family look. Of family shared features.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
But he's currently just drawing blood
Okay.
off of a patient.
I'm waiting.
But he looks when you enter. The nurse that you were asking knocks on the door and announces your presence.
Okay.
He's like, "Oh, how can I help you?"
Doctor.
Uh,
I hold up my elbow. Doctor.
Greetings. What can I do for you?
It's a version of handshake that doesn't keep things sanitized.
Very well. Never practiced that here. You'll have maybe we'll learn some things when. Are you Panzer by chance?
Yes, I am.
I recently heard from some family members that will be sending some clinics to your hometown. Maybe we'll learn some things from you guys.
I hope it is both mutual.
Anyway, what could I do to help you today?
Checking on a friend.
Yes, a bluffist. We were told you were specializing in blood. He was having some procedures done on him and his wife.
I see.
Just trying to think.
That maybe we can talk in my office.
If you wish.
Finishes the procedure over the next few minutes, and
As observance.
sure.
That'll be 16.
You're
Hannah was
looking-
sick. She couldn't come on.
Hannah? Okay. What are you
I'm
trying
watching
to
the
do?
procedure. I'm
Okay.
trying to see if I can.
I'm still not giving you proficiency
I'm
in
not
surgery.
looking at-
He's trying to
building-
roleplay learning for when he
I'm
does get
building up to
proficiency.
it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It's you get some insight into how the procedure is done a little bit better.
And what was the procedure?
He's just drawing blood to, have it saved for another patient.
Oh, okay.
So,
Honestly, that feels a bit like first aid, to be honest.
but after the procedure is finished, he, guides you or lets you follow him back to his office, and he closes the door. It's rather private in here. There's just a simple gas lamp or an oil lamp, the old-fashioned, glass enclosed oil lamps with a wick. He lights that before he closes the door, and he sits down and he leans forward a little bit.
Mr. Ball.
Maybe maybe Director didn't inform you, but the situations between him and his wife are extremely private. So
Which
we
is why
don't
we've been
talk
keeping
about
this
them.
vague.
Okay. Yes, but we typically don't mention their names either.
We were
In town.
honestly not told any of this, so
It would have been less important to him, more important to us. That's why I'm telling you now.
My apologies.
Yes. We would prefer to keep our relations with his kind on the down low.
just two rolls. Like, how we gonna take that?
No offense, but the Yakuza are a very reputable family.
Well,
Don't want to risk selling
we-
your reputation.
Not so much that, but we want to keep a public image, especially considering the fact that we work in pharmaceuticals and medical care. We want to keep a good public image so that people do not have problems working with us.
As I said, you want to not sully your image with us lessers. Now, we were just checking in to see if he's doing all right. Him and his wife.
He is not being held here. Him and his wife are being treated elsewhere in a private facility. It is confidential, and while I can let you know that, or I can let him know that you came to visit, it would be up to him whether or not he would invite you to visit him.
Understandable. As we said, we were just checking in on our contact. Could we pass along a note?
By all means, yes.
I take out a piece of the paper and one of the charcoals and just write out a quick note explaining that we were checking to see if he's all right and
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Okay, sure.
Anything you would like to say?
Oh, yes. Also, hands are.
Yes. I helped teach 3 little girls to write.
I totally did it on purpose. Also from Panzer.
And it just starts smearing charcoal all over the page.
Just with my shirt. Just
So, Panzer says, hope you. Is it E at the end? Are fine to ends and I. Awesome. Thank you.
You should, just gonna let that last one go. I'm proud, but you know, you're working on it.
Okay,
Pass the
the
note.
note is
I
passed
can't
off.
be perfect yet, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just role playing it.
Mark off your one piece of construction paper or the low quality paper, however you have it marked down.
Yeah, I haven't written it down yet, so.
He takes it,
Thank you.
No problem.
folds it up and puts it in his outfit.
Does it annoy you? I'm
No.
just curious.
Like, in character, no, and out of character, no.
Okay, okay, cool. I'm just trying to role play and like learning.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
Does it make you cringe over there, Joe?
In the back of my head, there are fingernails on chalkboards, but I was doing the same thing when I was about that age too. So, yeah, there's a reason I didn't go into education.
Can you pass me a pencil?
Does it work out?
Anywho,
Thank you, for your time.
by all means.
From my tongue, thank you, for your family. It was a nice party the night. Do you not go to the gatherings?
Not every member of our family is always invited to every large gathering. If all of us showed up, we would have doubled the size of the party.
Is it my memory?
No. This was a private meeting.
Oh,
Surrounded by a select party.
okay. Interesting. I mean, I thought you should be there. I'm sorry to have this conversation right in front of
No,
I'm sorry.
It's perfectly fine. I am used to the situation.
Well, sorry.
My life is primarily that of a doctor and a healer. I do not concern myself with the pursuits of the head of the family.
That party is for diplomats.
Oh, okay. I'm somewhat of a healer as well. Swinging my bag over. I'm like, I got my medical bag here.
He's quite good.
I'm just cringing because it's like the little kid jumping over a crack. Look what I
He
can
is 8 years old, so it is completely understandable.
I'm trying to improve
Yeah.
myself. I just actually upgraded to a bigger bag. I'm really proud of that.
The more people you can heal, the better.
Panzer, I believe this man is busy.
Yes,
we should
I was-
probably.
Yep, I agree. Thank you for your time.
I will pass your message along. Thank you. And, of course, please keep the affiliation between Daktar and his wife and the Yakuza non-existent.
Okay. I did mention the name.
Director, but not Bloodfist.
Yes. To the lady downstairs. I thought you should have that.
We will be able to take care of that ourselves.
Sorry.
It's fine.
This lady's gonna die.
Thank you for telling us, rather than...
You are responsible for the death of that poor receptionist. Her body is going to be found with concrete shoes.
No, she won't be found because of the concrete shoes.
I'm just watching Oliver with another bouquet of flowers at the bottom of the river. Oh, hello!
No, that's a pretty good idea.
And then there's this is like the
Concrete
entire...
shoes with neck, foot, and
Oh,
There's like 20 or 30 of these at the end of every dock. Just, you know.
Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto 3? If you go look over the edge of the dock, you'll actually see people with concrete shoes dead floating at the bottom.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Anyway, you leave. Head out
It's
of the
probably about
hospital.
time to start heading to the dinner, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. So, for the sake of
And we don't
navigation,
see
Takes you about another 30 minutes to walk through town to get to Marthinell's house, which is right here. Right there, for those of you who can't see my mouse cursor. We need to get that bigger TV in here. I've hit a block on how exactly I want to assemble it. Now that I've got all the artwork and everything done on it, and I don't have the money for the glass yet, I've hit a block because there's two ways to assemble it. One, I could buy more hardware and assemble the corners without connecting the corners themselves, and then just glue them. But if I did that, there still wouldn't be the cohesion between the corners, and the joints themselves would be in danger of flexing. And then I still need to get that backing, which is still tucked behind the break room fridge.
Seeing as this is probably a long-term thing until we can actually afford a game table, I wouldn't risk the flexing.
Yeah, I don't want the flexing. I need the backing and I need the plexiglass before I can finish it. So, which I need someone to come, to work in the morning or in the evening when I get there to get the.
Why are you
Preferably in the
looking at
morning.
me, the one without a car?
No,
Is totally-
not looking at John because of it, but I need someone to come get this piece of layer laminate that we put on top of pallets to keep like concrete and stuff going through. I need to get that so I can tack that onto the back of it so that it doesn't flex.
Can I have some?
But yeah. So I've got the parts. I just haven't started assembling them yet.
Okay.
And I still need the plexi to put on top. So
To the party. I'm going to be grabbing.
Just a dinner.
I mean, there's food. It's a party for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be grabbing some flowers.
Let me. That's kind of middling. I'm just kind of look at you like, and then just shake my head and keep going.
okay. Flower. What did I charge you for the flowers before?
Silver?
Yeah, it was a silver.
You cost another silver off of your funds to buy the
excuse
flowers.
Me. I'm looking for,
It's the same old man.
It is.
hello, how you doing?
Better now that I'm constantly getting customers from one particular place.
Is it better to get from one place?
Well, the more consistent the customers, the more business you have.
I'll write that down.
I'm just in the back of the shop. Like,
It's not even a shop. It's a street stall.
yeah, I'm seeing it like a fireworks tent.
And there are people just walking by, and there's the occasional person that's just like, oh no, he's got another one.
If I wasn't so exhausted, I'd be nauseous if I
I'm
had
gonna
a
use
stomach.
leadership. And I'm not yell, but like not a holler.
A shout?
A howler? Like old timey, like
Okay, what are you going to say before?
it's like a salesman.
A bark. You're barking.
You're barking for him?
Oh my god, you.
Oh
You
man.
are-
Okay,
this
sure.
is-
Roll a charisma check.
Eh,
Roll a charisma check.
that's a 16 on the die.
So you got a 22.
22.
Oh my god. This man has screwed you over 3 times, and you're going to help him.
Okay,
I
so
can't watch this. I leave.
you
I
increase
leave
his
the
sales
store.
by probably about 2 gold over the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like towards the end. I just walk up to you like, we have a dinner to attend. Please stop.
It's just now getting 5.
Yeah, let's go before you embarrass everybody.
So I'm looking for flowers.
Oh my god, you didn't shop first?
No.
Alright. What kind of flowers are we trying to get this time?
She seems really upset with me.
So flowers that say I'm sorry.
And not
Hopefully that actually, is that what that means?
flowers that say I'm sorry and I don't want to have sex with you. How about that?
I don't know about the last part.
Okay, well she thinks that you want. Oh god. You immature little child.
This is bringing me back to the days when it was just Thane and Carl and Leona, and Thane was encouraging Leona and Carl at every turn.
Except I'm doing the opposite. I'm trying to discourage him.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
Okay.
Out of character, I don't, like, I'm not discouraging you, but, like, in character, it's just like, oh my god, this is so gross.
Okay.
So-
he gets you something blue, something simple. I don't have time for
Something
mental
new,
capacity.
something borrowed, something blue. Let's go.
I don't know, but he gets you some flowers that work with the theme, and you have them. Don't forget they cost a silver.
Oh, this still cost me a silver?
Yeah.
You really thought it was going to give you a discount?
I did.
This
No!
old mean man.
This is the culture of these people. They just don't get
No,
discounts.
this specific man is just kind of mean.
Little do you know, he has a family that's dying and starving at
He's
home.
still
and this is
mean.
the only way he can make a living.
He's still mean.
Okay, fine.
Does that work? That's the right color.
It's fine. It's blue. It doesn't matter. I mean, just.
What is it?
I don't have that much mental capacity to dedicate an entire part of the campaign to what flowers mean.
What is the flower? Yeah. Orchid, okay.
Okay. So it's about 6 o'clock by the time you get there.
That was
Not-
only a 5-minute thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But
Are you sure you
between all
want
the-
that one?
Why?
I'm not going off of Google's meetings and whatnot.
You should. Just for fun.
This is probably what I gave him the first
This is
time.
what he gave her the first time.
Probably. Okay,
A
fine.
flower associated with virility.
Okay.
Even the baby's embarrassed by that.
Okay. For the sake of it, you arrive at about 6 in the evening. Knocking at the door, the office light is off. The dinner room light is on. And the butler answers the door and he looks somewhat surprised that you are there.
Hello.
Hello.
Master, we have guests. And he looks up, gets up from the table. Myrthanel comes to you and stops when he sees you. He's like, I did say after dinner. But you're here. Why don't you join us? And he goes back into the dining room. Okay,
I remember
I have
you
been
said-
tracking this from the very beginning.
I remember. I just remember
said-
the word. No, I remember the word dinner and just
Yep.
assumed.
He said after dinner, and I have been waiting for weeks.
Sam gives less of anything. Just nothing. Don't care.
So the flowers.
The
I have-
flowers.
Is there multiple?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
It's a bouquet.
I'm like.
I like. Hold on.
Eh.
I fight the urge. I fight the very strong urge to just take the flowers and go.
I take it out of the bouquet. I leave one in the bouquet, and I'm like.
And the butler just reaches over and like Alfred would for Batman. He
Yes.
just takes them and he's just holding them, waiting.
Okay, now I'm seeing Alfred, and that works perfectly.
Yeah.
I want this butler in every single session.
Just watch. He's the Black Butler.
Just
I never
watch.
watched that one.
Oh,
He's
that,
the final boss.
oh yeah, he's Black Butler was a really good anime.
Everybody, it's very gay. That's all I know.
There is a gay character in it, but the main characters are not gay at all.
Okay.
It's less gay than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is not a very low bar for gayness. And it's even
Well-
funny because Jesus is a JoJo character. As far as we know.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it.
I have not
so-
watched a single episode. That's just been going around the internet right now.
Okay. It's still going on. It's like One Piece.
That
It just keeps
specific
going.
fact.
So
It's been going around the internet.
anyway, moving on. The dinner table is definitely not set for this many guests, and the butler and the
Do
maid
remind
are
you
both.
that it's just me, him, and Vadoma right now.
And Vodoma's not even there. It's you. Vadoma stayed in the park,
Oh, okay, then it's just me.
so
and
it's
him.
just the two of you.
Yeah.
But they make room for the two of you, and you bring out some extra plates and what there is for
I wave
dinner.
him off. I say no.
What they do have for dinner, they do share with you.
I wave off the food and just say I was here for a meeting. I did not mean to appear early.
I literally, right after, like 20 minutes after the invite to talk to Marthanel last week, I specifically remembered after dinner.
I once
and then
again
one of
say-
you looked at the other and said, "Yeah, we have a meeting for dinner tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, they're going to." And I'm like, "I'm using this. I'm role playing their
See-
misunderstanding."
See, you seem to be under the misunderstanding that we care.
But it makes for such
He's
good story
oblivious,
content.
and I have nothing. No.
It's such good story content, though.
Barren field.
Anyway,
That'd be-
so
I know.
roll an observance check.
Damn, it's a rolly thing. 12.
Awesome, 19.
You don't notice anything because,
I don't
it's
care.
just, you don't care. You obviously notice that once again Myrnith is ticked. She's doing her best as a lady to hide it, but she's just silent. She cannot avoid you at all.
You're not a stalker, but...
You're a stalker.
No, he's not a stalker. He's just inconvenient.
I never saw this as being part of the story at all. I mean, you just asked for this one.
Honestly, he never did anything to piss her off.
Except for the fact that,
He
someone
just
pulled a
showed
prank.
up,
Someone pulled a prank on him.
which she understood.
But she
And
has...
then he charmed her 3 different times.
Yeah.
And suddenly you made her pissed at him for no reason.
Oh, it's just... Yeah, it's just...
The same
It's part of
reason
her
you,
personality
it's,
traits
it's
that are written
the
into
same
her
reason you
character.
blew me up, just because you want to.
Anyway, trying not to murder off my characters, because as soon as they fall in love with you and try to follow you and party, they die.
Well, this time he
This
knows
isn't
better,
campaign.
and
I've meditated and no one died.
okay, no, he knows better now. He will just leave her in town.
Divine plot armor. Anyway, so unless you guys say anything, dinner is eaten in silence.
Of course I say something.
Oh God. I was just gonna sit there. I would have waited in the like little waiting area, out right next to the door where we put our shoes. I don't like. But he left for the table, so I had to follow. Make sure I don't eat the table.
I'm not gonna eat the
You
table.
have.
I might eat the plate, but not the table.
Give it that crunchy meal feeling.
I hope they brought the good plates.
No.
What do you
The
say?
baby does not quite understand chewing yet, does she?
Thank you for the meal.
You're
I'm just
wel-
fine around.
Mirthanel speaks up, says, "You're by far welcome."
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh my God, he's sad now.
We all make mistakes. Don't forget to speak louder when you're upset, Panzer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Anyway. We don't need Batman here tonight.
That's not Batman.
That's Batman.
Is it me you're looking for?
Is it me you're looking for?
I just want to delete that from my memory banks.
What, Batman singing Adele?
No.
What, you don't want to
No, you guys doing it. Alright.
Good food.
It's chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy. It's actually no, it's chicken, rice, some vegetables.
I do want to say that I have a new appreciation for all the actors who play Batman, because I played Balasar for 5 sessions, and I just about died. So there you go.
Lots of breath mints, breath sprays.
I used the healing spell again, so I wouldn't have to do it. Exactly.
So yeah, at the rest of the meal, I am quiet.
Got it. Okay.
Monotone.
So
Quote, silence, quote.
the meal was finished in silence. dishes are cleared. Mirthanel gets up from the table and moves across the house to his office. Mernith immediately goes upstairs after the meal, and the maid and the butler are left to clean things up.
I assist the maid and butler. Just picking up plates, not anything big.
I'll head up.
That'll mostly be you assisting the butler. You'll head where?
He went upstairs.
No, he went to his office, which is on the same floor across from the dining room.
I thought I heard someone go upstairs.
The lady went upstairs
Meredith
because
went
she's
upstairs.
pissed for no reason.
Okay. I go to the office.
Okay. Mirthanel, once again, lights a lamp. Lights up the office. Sits down at his desk. Well, now we can get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
Okay, I need
To
those erasers.
defeat.
I need those erasers so bad.
They send
The
you
baby
daughters?
likes it.
Right?
What?
Send daughters when asked for sons?
Did they
Yes.
send me daughters when they asked for something?
Yeah, I forgot how they got goes. Forgot the anyway.
I need to rewatch that movie.
I know, right?
That's a good song.
I'm
Especially
not
after
gonna watch
watching
the new one.
The new one's good.
Oh, is there no Mushu?
There's no Mushu.
Yep,
it's a
not
good.
watching
No. It's a good movie. It's not a good Mulan.
Nope.
It's not a good Mulan, but it's a good movie.
Oh, okay.
It's not a good movie. I've watched all of
It is a
Logic.
very good movie.
I've watched the logic behind everything that happens. It's absolutely stupid, all the stuff. that
Okay,
they
you
do.
tried to apply logic to a Disney movie.
It
That was
works
your,
in
that
some.
was, that was your first mistake.
It works in their best. ones.
Okay, Cinderella. Apply logic to Cinderella.
I've
Don't-
never had a problem with
don't
logic in
try.
Cinderella.
Yeah, there's no logic. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
How did
I'm
her
right, right.
shoes not shatter? How did she not
Hey,
have glass
okay.
all in
I
her
was
foot?
more going on.
They
like
have
the
made
pumpkin
real glass
and
shoes.
nice.
Okay, it does
Really?
happen.
High heels?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tempered glass is
See,
very
I know
strong.
that. I was talking more about the mice transforming into grown men.
Okay,
And the
we
pumpkin
do
cart.
we do explain that with the logic of magic and the world rules.
Oh, so the logic of magic works then, but not with anything else.
Okay, explain then why the lady who can change into a literal swarm of bats changes into a hawk to take one arrow to protect her enemy from dying.
Because she swore she would protect him.
She could have done that with one bat. Ow, I got a finger splinter.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's under the assumption that the bat could actually take the hit.
Yeah, easily.
No, because it would go through the bat, take the bat with it, and stab him in the chest.
I'm an archer. I know how that works.
I'm an archer too.
How many kills have you had?
7.
I held 13.
Good for you.
Yeah. I know.
That's because I'm not a sociopath.
All right.
Actually, if you count all the burgers I've eaten, I have lots of kills.
But do you eat the hearts of your enemies?
Sometimes.
Okay, I do. Every time. Alright. Regardless, moving on.
That you consider that for
Let's
dear, your
get
enemy
down
says
to
something.
Yeah, don't make-
business.
Carolyn, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Next time you go shopping, get me a box of pink erasers so I have some projectiles to throw at these guys.
He doesn't like me.
Only
It's just a joke.
The ones that are, you know, your
The-
teacher
the
throws at
square
you
erasers.
when you're
Okay.
interrupting
I
class.
do want to point out that
You can't say
teachers
that.
don't do that in real school.
they don't.
Oh, I had it done to me.
Yeah, you went to
You were
homeschool.
homeschool.
No, I actually spent 2 years in a church school,
Okay, that was a church school. That's different.
but still,
They're evil. Yes.
they were not evil. They were
They
very
are
nice.
They threw erasers at you.
When one of my teachers throws an eraser at me because I'm being an absolute moron
Yes.
and disrupting every other student in class,
Violence is never the answer.
I deserved it.
No, you didn't.
Don't forget though, you're gonna have to pick up all the erasers.
You're also a child.
I don't mind picking up the erasers just as long as they connect.
Anyway, let's go.
All right, moving
Get it
on.
down to business.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Anyway, thank you first off for your contribution with intelligence when we first met. Progression is moving along quite nicely. I'm expecting within a year to have a prototype that we could roll out. And if that is the case, it could quite very well put the theocracy on the map as a military might.
We just gave the church tax.
Outside of world lore, just wanted to mention to the people who didn't want to pick it up, since people aren't noticing it right off the bat. Shrikar is located.
That
And-
isn't at you. My neck hurts.
It's fine. Shrikar is located in the Zakolian theocracy. And its neighbors, which are also human-based, are the kingdom of Zeketh, which were not a theocracy. They are atheistic in their background.
Oh, I'll go there.
So,
I live in the Bible Belt. It's kind of sucks.
moving on. Basically, he's talking about the entire country. And when people don't refer to the country as Zeketh, they refer to it as the theocracy, because they are known as the theocracy. The church has a voice, but they are not ruled by a central ruler per se. So, but it was helpful, and it could put me in a position of better financial status in the future, which could help out myself and Merlin quite well.
But I don't want to go.
That being said, the High Champion, the representative of the people and their military might across the country, is elected by the voters to a point.
Slaughter?
Slaughter.
Yes, Slaughter. Yeah.
After named.
He is elected by the voters whenever the current champion retires. There is extremely high, extremely well-based rumors this year that he is going to retire.
Exactly. The retiring champion is awesome.
That being said, I would like to vie for that position. The person who becomes the High Champion ends up becoming in charge of the entire country's military might and protecting the people is the highest position someone like me could ever attain. That being said, something notable must be done in order to be worthy to be considered nominated to be voted out.
And I guess all the hunting that you do is all hush hush.
It is entirely under the table. I have not had any astounding or notable acts that have gotten me.
But what about
Worthy.
this?
I love it. You don't know what it is. That's so sad. You can't play that though.
Aw.
What is that again?
It's the Ghostbusters thing. Is John bothered by this, or is
Carolyn,
just
I
Palliser?
really need those
The-
pink
the
erasers.
answer.
Okay, I love Ghostbusters.
Okay, it's fine. I just
Oh no, is John bothered that I do that?
moving on.
Do you know which one I would have to be? I'm Bill Murray.
I don't
Dude,
care.
Bill Murray's awesome.
I'm Bill
I don't
Murray.
care.
Everybody loves Bill Murray.
I don't associate you with the Ghostbusters, so be quiet.
Only I do.
Okay. All right.
I guess I am Pigman.
Unfortunately, in times of non-war, there's not really great ways to make oneself noteworthy. The only way I can find it currently is if, for whatever reason, I dueled a High Knight, or one of the other High Knights, or
And now?
went on a pilgrimage. The latter is what I would like to accomplish. It is dangerous.
Have a good night.
Yes, a pilgrimage to our home tree. It is said that those who can reach the tree and seek out its wisdom have been blessed by God.
Oh my god.
No pun
The
intended.
human tree.
This is a problem. Why is it worth you interrupting the story?
He's the human tree.
That was the first tree. Elves came up first.
Oh, okay.
Actually, lore-wise, you wouldn't know the details. Each race has its own tree. No one specifically in general public knows about the main tree that produced all the others.
This
So,
was all out of game.
yeah.
This is just Trevor being.
But
Trevor.
he was wanting to pilgrimage across Zaketh to the human's home tree. It's a dangerous journey. It is in the heart of a forest. It's easy to get lost. There are dangerous creatures there, and it is considered a holy forest, and therefore cutting the forest or making trails is forbidden.
And you have to go by yourself.
No. I am allowed to take companions to help me.
Oh, okay.
Which is why when you mentioned you were looking for work,
I'm not there.
I would have assumed that you would have. When your friend mentioned that you were looking for work, and considering how well you aided Humor in the capture of multiple werewolf attacks, I thought you might be an exceptional option for me to choose to have go with me. Seeing as you are not another knight of my own height, a height of power,
Of my own height of power.
nor are you of the knights.
So all the glory will be going to you.
Yes, as far as the Knights Order looked at it. I would be willing to pay what I can. I don't have a lot.
$1 trillion.
But considering that you've been having issues looking for land, I may be able to pull strings to get you some discounts on construction fees. Maybe get you a little bit more, a building what you're looking for, or I could just pay you what I could.
I would like to take it a step further, as well. And this is also after I talked with my group as well. I would like to discuss it with them as well. But I would like to also, when you do finish this pilgrimage, and we do come back, let's say our friendship does not end there.
I did not consider that it would, per se.
I've been used before and then thrown away.
I did not consider this a fact of use more than a business transaction of services, but
Making sure businesses will be continuing, even if we do have that status.
oh, well, if I ever have need of quote-unquote mercenaries in the future, you would definitely be high on my hire list.
Not exactly
We
what
have a cool name, just let him have it.
That's not exactly what I was looking for. More of a help in the future. I'm not saying using your status, but making sure that nothing ill would come towards me, if possible.
If I was able to obtain the position of champion of the people, I would definitely be able to influence things like that. Though I couldn't do it overtly too much.
Of
There would
course.
be some discretion required. But I would have a voice in matters concerning you at least.
Thank you.
I will say this as well, though, and I leave the choice up to you. There is someone else who also wishes to take the pilgrimage.
Humor?
Yes.
No.
And
No.
I would not blame you if you chose to go with him as well.
As well.
Or should say, instead. We will both be going at the same time about taking our own separate journeys, probably our own separate routes, depending on which roads we decide to take. I would not hold it against you to choose him over me because of his financial status. He would definitely be able to pay you more. And it is a breach of protocol and a bit of trust on you that I'm placing on you to tell you ahead of time, because I'm sure within the next couple of days he will contact you. He did speak to me about the matter.
What did you say to him when he said that?
I commended your reputation as capable combatants. And I also mentioned that you seemed to be quite honest folk, worthy of trust. I did not say anything other than that.
Appreciate it.
That being said, I will leave it in your hands. I just thought I would, since you brought up the issue of looking for work, I had not yet considered you for the option or the job before then. And having already known that Humor was considering you, it did not cross my mind, but I thought it would be prudent of me to mention to you at least first that the job was there if you wanted it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I will wait to hear your response after Humor contacts you and you decide. It is only fair that if I am going to break propriety and try to steal you out from underneath Humor, that I at least give him the opportunity to make his offer.
Hey, at least you're worth stealing. That's something.
That being said, I will leave it up to you. That was all I really wanted to speak about. I will say this, the route that we will be taking will have a little bit of my personal business involved. We would take a route a little bit more out of the way.
Is there something strange?
It probably has to do with his intermission.
That being said, I will leave it up to you. And once again, I thank you for your financial help. And thank you for your consistent attentions to my sister with a level of understanding.
Oh, no,
She
I'm
has
not
received-
there. I'm not there.
She has received many suitors over the year, and she has become
Jaded.
irritated by yet more suitors. She definitely takes her life at a pace that other people don't typically do.
I mean, lizard folk.
I appreciate your
live past
persistence.
that young.
But I also can see that you are understanding when she rejects you. Therefore, I wish to thank you for your limited tact.
The rare
Listen,
persistent guy who's not a nice guy.
That's pretty much all I had to say.
Lizard folk used to getting rejected.
No!
It's understandable.
There is definitely a reputation that your race has of those who were of divine creation. And I can't blame folks for that. Especially in our country, which is a theocracy. I dare say, though, I am a little bit more understanding in that my faith is challenged by the fact that throughout my life I have witnessed the fact that the dead do not die and pass on without mortal intervention. So my faith struggles.
Speaking of which, have you met another one other than me?
I have traveled the world over.
Out of game, I thought the whole council that met was all crystal bearers. Okay, that's just my misunderstanding.
Marthanel is the only one you know of.
Okay.
Those were the High Council of Shakar, and basically the heads of this country.
Oh no, not that. When he got his crystal name.
No.
Okay.
He was the only one there who was another member.
So they were just like part
They
of
were
the
just
religion,
priests
basically.
and religious people affiliated.
Sorry. I'm good to know.
I did meet one once upon a time. He was on a diplomatic mission, and I was young and I was a guard. I only spoke to him briefly. He seemed to understand who I was even before I received the gift of the crystal from my father. It was inherited years after his death. Whether or not I should give you his name or who he was, I do not believe it is my place. Should you ever meet him, I believe it should be up to him to introduce himself.
May I ask the race?
It was the Elven race.
Thank you.
Very specific.
There are many times when our order has been required as bodyguards for diplomatic situations, especially concerning elves. Elves hold power across the world far greater than that of any other nations. Some would argue than all the other nations combined. But I would say that just because someone bears the mark of a reaper of souls, do not trust them automatically. They may be inexperienced. They may not even know who they are. And should you discover who they are, let them in their own time learn what they are. It is a very dangerous world that you walk into when you become a reaper. More often than not, you greet and are confronted by things that mere mortals should never have to face. I myself have faced this many times. It is a dangerous thing. And you do not always find friends amongst other reapers. Far be it beyond the fact that they already share the same power, they do not share much other else in common.
Must be a race thing.
It very much is. Yeah, but you know, it was worth keeping me in.
Interesting.
Oh, so, yeah.
Why are you?
Why do you not?
Why are you nice?
I have been. I was not born into a position of wealth or power. I inherited it, per se, with a good bit of hard work. That being said, I would dare say the influence of Shakar's beliefs, the belief in theocracy of allowing anyone to come and go as they please without judgment, even though it is not practiced to its fullness, as it could be, I have seen that it is more helpful more often than not.
Vinegar and honey.
To a point. It has backfired on me a few times, and that's why I warn you not to trust everyone, just because of what power they carry.
Have they ever been combined?
With our powers combined with
I-
one Voltron.
Do not know of any other time in which that has ever been done, no.
Did I tell you my vision?
I do not believe that you did.
I had a vision before I even had the shard. And the shard was still a part of me. Actually, now that I think about it, I still had the same vision even when it was out of me. Oh shoot, I forgot his name. Got it on notes.
And if you can remember, if it is right in front of you.
Breathing positions.
Morkelin? The mysterious voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morkelin.
I was kind of like in a cave with like a turtle dragon made out of stone. What was his name?
Morkelin.
Morkelin wants his power back.
I cannot say that I have ever heard that name before, but I could ask Myrnith to look into it. She has access to a lot of information.
At the church that we were at, the gate, there's a portrait, and it showed a gate, and that's what I saw in my vision.
You're talking about the picture of the gate on the tapestries.
Yes.
That is a mythical reference to the gate between life and death.
I saw it. When I meditate, and especially when I dig a hole first.
So you say your meditation has nothing to do with death, but I don't kill anybody. Kill everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay in my own grave at a time.
Yeah, I dig a hole. I'm just digging a hole in the backyard. Like, keep it warm.
I'm suddenly hearing diggy diggy hole in my head.
Diggy hole. Yeah.
So, especially when I dig a hole first, that's when I can really meditate.
I will see if I can dig up any information. I'll have Myrnith look into it. The name Morkelin.
It spoke in a weird tongue, by the way. I don't know if that's celestial related, and was it dwarvish also?
I do want to do something small after this is done, just while this.
You
is
can
going
walk
on.
in at any time you wish.
Okay. Just like, but before I walk in, I want to have done something real quick.
So yeah, just wanted a heads up. If you do find it, it might be in a language that you don't understand.
I will see what you can do.
Have you tried touching crystals?
I'm ashamed of you both.
We all know you're the biggest pervert here.
I wasn't even thinking of anything until.
My karate chopping. Don't.
I'm like, don't what?
Oh.
Okay. It has never occurred to me to attempt to combine the crystals, no. And due to their nature,
You shall create Voidtron.
I'm not so sure that they would want to separate. I would consider it a little dangerous. Because if they did not want to separate, that would leave
One of us.
one person with the responsibility of
Two races.
two races. Yes.
Just thoughts that have crossed my mind as I'm just now learning a little bit about. I think about what's. If he wants his power, they're gonna have to be all joined together. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I don't really know the whole story why the lightning and fire killed that.
It is. It is rumored that scholars have picked apart the story for years. It's rumored that the Man of Fire was the King of Hell. And then there is either a nymph of the storm or perhaps a guardian of the storm. It is said that the one tempted the other.
I'm sure it wasn't a Nephilim could shoot lightning.
It is purely speculation, but it is believed that they allied themselves with a mortal, and they murdered Death for a specific reason. What the reason could be, we do not know.
Love, true love. Sorry.
But I am unsure, and they are simply rumors. It was merely speculation of who they could be. The mortal is uncertain, and that is one of the things that is confusing. It's said that whoever the mortal was, he was cursed. And that is why on the tapestry, his depiction is vague. It is said that no matter where he is mentioned in the world, his description or his image, his very existence is hidden. And that is what it leads us to wonder who and what he was. The fact alone that the King of Hell could tempt a mortal and the idea that a King of Hell could tempt a nymph and a mortal is the more obvious course that some would prefer to believe, because they do not want to believe that someone with the potential to manipulate divine power could be tempted to do something evil. Like I said, it is conjecture and rumor, and many hours have been spent by those who know of the tale and the scenarios. debating it. To know it.
Have you crossed blades with someone that also had a crystal on
Never.
their weapon?
I have, like I said, only ever met one. And it was before I knew what I was. I have not met him since. There have been instances in history where there have been mentions or rumors that some have clashed over the years. When a clash occurs, according to rumors, the one defeated, the crystal disappears or is lost, but usually shows up once again with its own race. It's also said that one always walks away and the other always dies. A duel on that scale always ends in a death.
Let's go.
You want to listen outside the door?
No, sneak into the room.
Sure, if you want to, enter quietly, sure. I mean, Mirthanel's looking at the door, so
That is a 13.
15.
your observance is 15.
For a 10 on the die.
You both recognize that she came in, but she's quiet about it. She's not interrupting the story. I just highly recommend that you never try to clash with someone in this power.
When you say don't trust, I usually mean some kind of fight. I was just curious.
Let it be a mutual respect and a distance held between you. If you ever come across someone like that. Granted, we are a bit of an exception, the two of us, but should the two of us ever have a reason to fight, I would hate to end the fight with either of us dying.
Then don't.
My thoughts precisely.
This has been a very pleasant conversation. Thank you. I've learned a lot. I wish I could be more informative for you.
And I wish I could have helped you more as well. But like I said, I will have Mernith look into the scenario and see if she can find out who Mercanel is.
Mercury.
Morphin. Thank you.
On my travels,
Mercanel is your name. I'm sorry.
I want a bag of erasers so much.
Get them then. You want to hurt me? You
I am
gotta
going to
pay
get
for
a
it
rubber
yourself.
band crossbow eraser launcher with a rapid fire mode.
Then I will buy a shield. My face! I will take a picture of you and then put your face on the shield.
I'll just have one aimed at every player, and I'll just I won't punish you at the moment, but I'll just randomly fire it.
We have to wear safety glasses at the table.
why are these guys wearing safety tunk?
That's why.
That's why.
And why does one of them have a... Is his left lens broken?
Just a big pink eraser sticking out of his
Just
glasses.
me, though.
Alright.
Why is one of those an actual gun?
Why is he actually wearing a helmet?
Just a heads up. On my travels, I will be seeking them out.
It is typically wise to do so. Though, more often, I think you will find they come to you. Especially when you're in the wild.
I'm going to be looking to combine. So, if there is explosions of unknown lands, don't combine them.
I look up, like, and then as I do that, I look down.
He leans
and
back
I
in
go,
his chair very
why,
carefully.
Why, my king? Why? Why did I choose to follow this one? He's going to kill us all.
presume that you'll come for me last then?
Not to kill, to ask. But only when I have them all.
There can be only one. That was out of game.
We will let it stand there then.
You're not very good at this whole peacemaking thing, are you?
That being said, we have finished our business. I will have Merneth look into
Okay.
your friend, your vision named person, and I will wait to hear your decision after you have heard from Humor and spoken to your group.
That Merthenel Merkelin thing actually sounds like a genuine blooper from something. No, Merthenel is your name.
That's what I was trying so hard to hold it in.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's something
I was breaking, and then you had that smile. Like, no, my God!
This is, like, have you ever
Like
watched
last
the
week
anime?
when I couldn't get the accent right for
Sean
Barnes. Yeah, going back and forth between a Western accent and Sean Connery.
Do you it's like, have you ever watched like the anime bloopers where the voice actors will say the wrong line? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, fuck it.
So it made me also think of the what's his name who does jokes on D&D and stuff, and he's making fun of the DM who tries to be Matt Mercer. That was totally one of those moments when I'm sitting here and I'm trying to hold myself to the level of Matt Mercer and I'm screwing up the accents.
So before I come in to the room, I'm working with the staff down there, just helping them collect plates.
Mhm.
And I turn and say, I apologize for any disturbance our group has caused in the home.
Oh, there has been no end of disturbance, but it is welcome to add flavor to our lives.
Okay. As long as nobody is harmed or in trouble, I wanted to make sure we weren't causing undue difficulties in your lives.
I would say so far in our lives the difficulties have mostly passed. But thank you for your assistance, and takes the stack of plates from you and goes into the kitchen.
What? Oh. I turned to the maid.
She is currently up to her elbows in dishes and pots and pans.
I am waterproof. I go and start to help him.
Okay.
I just start drying. Yeah. My hands start spinning and I soap them up. No, I walk up.
I'm just seeing the hand holding a rag on the edge of a plate.
Have you ever watched the Ruby cast things at the cons? Where the audience asks them questions, and they ask, does Yang's new arm have a vibration function?
Oh no! I haven't even gotten that far in the series, but now that I know it's coming. Oh
It's not something that's asked in the show.
no! Yeah.
It's something that one of the fans asks, and I'm just like, oh my god, there are children in that crowd. No. Anyway, and I ask, is there anything you would suggest to help our relationship with your family?
I would not be too knowledgeable on how to deal with my lady, or Merthenel, for that matter.
Like I just assumed that for a second.
I'm afraid you've taken me wrong. It is my large friend who is more interested in your lady. I was asking more about, is there anything we should avoid doing and saying? And I kind of rubbing my hands together, drying,
You're drying dishes while you're
Yeah.
doing it.
Looking at the plate, there's nothing left.
I am not sure. I don't know that there are any subjects that you know of that are off the table for context, and those that we have had that are off the table we do not share with guests. So,
I am not asking for any incriminating information.
No,
I merely
neither would
want
I
you to
give
know what to avoid in order to keep the peace among us.
I think you're doing just fine the way you are.
Okay. Give the lady my well wishes and thank her for her patience for me.
I will certainly do so.
And then I leave and start going up the stairs to the
Okay.
office. Okay.
So, business has been concluded. Berthadow.
You're getting ready to
Says
end the
goodbye.
session,
Before we go, excuse me.
I am. Let me double check
Could you
here.
pass a note for me?
It's 9:50. A note to whom?
Your sister.
I'm sure I could mention something to her.
Okay. Is there like an extra like table around?
There's room on his desk if you want to actually lean forward and write,
Do you mind
or have
if
it
I
written.
write right here?
I could pass something verbally if you wished.
It's more of a note.
It.
My
I have
friend
seen
is-
firsthand your experiences with writing, Panzer, and no offense, but I think something verbal at this point in your education would probably be more beneficial.
I feel it is something to do with his pride.
And I think I could probably word that better for my sister if you communicated it to me.
Okay.
No offense.
No, none taken. I appreciate. Box. Leave you alone. Box. Not leave you alone. Box.
My friend, come here. I take out a piece of paper and start writing it down. I think this is something less mature than I thought. I'm sorry. I seem to have mistaken my friend for an adult. I'll write it out.
After it's written out, what's the
Like,
last
do you-
one?
Do you want to go out with me? Box kind of letter.
Yeah.
Fucking. So.
What's the last one for me, please, to let you finish your your sentence before Trevor butted in?
Unknown.
Okay. He looks at it and he holds it there for a second after it's been written out and he says, personally myself, I think it would be better not to ask her this and just use your own judgment.
My judgment says
Honestly,
Big giant X
I wouldn't.
on the top
I
one.
wouldn't trust him. Judgment at the moment.
Like the whole inkwell of an
He
X.
folds it in half. He folds it in half and he leans back in his chair and he's like, far be it from me to discourage or encourage interracial relations.
Oh my God! I'm ready. Roll vitality.
But he just leans back in his chair.
Like
and
it's not. It's Trevor going like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that." Oh.
Meanwhile, Sam is just, internally hurling.
No, Sam has resigned herself to the situation
Okay.
and has actually come up with the select plan.
He sits there and he says, my sister has, for whatever unexplainable reason, avoided a relationship over the years, but I'm not saying it would not be good for her to have one. Many people have tried and failed and given up. Your persistence is a fascinatingly fresh addition to the table. Far be it to be the difference between our races being so vast.
My friend, may I borrow your writing utensils for a moment?
Of course.
I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, but he keeps the folded note for her, and he will still communicate for you however you need. He's saying goodbye to you as you gather up your shield, spear, and other items from the front door. The butler bringing your cloak back to you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm about to fucking meddle.
Okay.
Let me
While
roll
this
something
is
before I
happening,
meddle.
while
Let me roll
this is
something before I
happening,
meddle, real quick.
before we leave the room.
Let me see which way I'm gonna.
Oh.
Oh no.
Have you ever killed anything with your weapon?
I have, yes, many times.
Did anything different happen?
Only from my point of view, I can see that the soul immediately leaves for the afterlife.
Only your race of things, or other things as well?
Other things as well.
Okay.
But it does not. The fact that one is given to each race does not necessarily leave the ability to only reap souls for that particular race. It simply leaves you with a responsibility for that race.
Is it looked down if I reap another race?
I have never had any problems for or against it. I have reaped other races' souls before, but other races don't typically come to me.
If I happen to see a human that has not been reaped?
I would consider it a task off of my shoulders and an appreciation for me not having to travel.
So it is. Okay, thank you. I'm going to be asking the other races as well.
If you can find them. But just be warned. Be very careful about them. I would hate to see you reaped before your time.
I'm a determined guy.
Moving on to Mr. Metal.
Okay, now first I want to discuss something with John.
Oh
It's in the direction that Panzer seems to want to go that I am. Do you want me to not meddle?
Okay, number one, this isn't up to me.
It is up to John.
You
No.
already stated.
No,
it's up
this
to
is
John.
you have already stated that you
No.
are meddling,
No.
and this is part of
It's
character
how
play.
much I'm meddling.
No,
Now,
this
shut
is
up for a second. You know I don't do things that make people uncomfortable in the game, so I'm asking you, would it make you uncomfortable if I did something like this?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Joe has already gone overboard with my first thing of flowers.
Okay, this was Trevor making sure he's not making his friend uncomfortable.
Oh no, you're fine.
There. Okay, so I've written a note, and I've gone up to the maid.
okay.
I'll give you the note at a later time once I write a note.
Okay.
You can actually bring a note. I actually took poetry classes. Just threw you a binder. Okay.
I'm ready for it tonight. I would rather have a week to work on it rather than.
Well, I was going to give you the gist and then write the actual wording another day.
Okay, well, text it to me or something, I guess, if you have to do that.
Well, no, that's fine. He can now. He can't metagame this. Something along the lines of, you know what, never mind. I am going to write it out.
Sure, yeah, you do
how,
that.
How much later are you going tonight?
Probably not too later. It's already 10 o'clock, and we still don't have the rest of the party. And I wanted you guys to have time to discuss it as a party next week, because Carl should be here, and Hannah should be here, and Ashley should be here.
Okay.
I want everybody to be available there to discuss, jobs and to receive the job from Humor as well.
Right.
Because the week after that is going to be, party on the road on, Quest. So.
Okay, my router's box just hit me, so I'm just going to tell you something along the lines of, forgive my friend Panzer for his ineptitude and Trevor burped. Jam did not burp. His ineptitude when it comes to the finer arts of speaking. He's a man of action, not of words.
Don't make me buy 2 boxes of erasers.
He wants to smash. He wants to smash. Well,
I'm so sorry.
Well, I am not going to meddle in your want for a true romantic relationship. He would be a good friend to have, and I'm sure that is truly what he was trying for the first time.
Okay.
And, okay, now, I give it some thought. Your friend, Sam. And now I'm going to walk up to, once again, that's not the exact wording, I'll write it another time, send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to walk up to the maid and ask, Can you give this to your lady at some point tonight? Or tomorrow? Just next chance you get with her private.
Sure. Roll me a charisma check, please.
That is a 20.
Okay, roll me a percentile.
High good or low?
High is good.
81.
Alright, thank you. Fine. You will not know the results this session, maybe not even next session. So, but, yeah.
Are you mad that I met him?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This is part of enter,
I made
enter gameplay.
Okay, I made
use
3
for-
rolls and a flip of the coin, and they all ended up with me going, damn it. At this point, just get it over with.
Okay. Well, I think that's gonna cut it for tonight. I'm gonna go home and try to accomplish something with Roxy's backstory. I really want to get those finished here soon. And I want to get everyone's in for the breaks to actually have some content rather than just be a screen with, text on it. So, but, yeah. We're gonna call it for tonight. Hopefully we can get the whole party together next week. We'll say for the evening, you always left. You went back to your tavern. And
There was
that's
something I
where we
wanted to
left.
do after dinner, actually.
Which was
First take off my,
peacock feather.
thank you.
Thank you.
Set aside as I, find a dirt, not like in a residential area,
Mm-hmm.
digging,
Yeah.
burying myself, and doing a little meditation.
You're gonna get the same result as last time.
Okay, so I'm still connected to that, even though it's
Yep.
not. This time, I'm going to have it not holding on to the spear itself.
The spear has no change in the situation at all.
Okay.
So, but yeah, next week we will start out with everybody starting off from the tavern. We'll say that Roxy and Fadom and everybody made their
We
way
all
back
went
to
to
Tarz's
bed.
place. So, anywho, see you next week, folks.